Yo, what's happening? We're gonna stream fucking Tony's live here in a second. Give me just 1 minute, we'll get it up. Are you guys in here yet? Let me turn some music on. We'll turn some I'll play some music on low real fast while we're getting it up. We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Well, Tony must have fucked something up because his live is off now. So I don't know what the fuck he just did, but he just it's off. I don't know what the fuck happened. He was on here and then he was gone. I'm like, you know what? You're like one of them old ass men that don't know what they're fucking doing. You think you know what you're doing, but you don't. He was on here and then he was gone. I don't know what the fuck. So if you guys want to stay on here, we can talk the shit or shoot the shit or
talk some shit together, or we can wait. It doesn't matter. Whatever y'all want to do. I only popped on here to stream the shit that he was saying, so otherwise I don't really have, you know what I mean, much to really chat about. So, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to stay on here, or you want to get off here? What y'all want to do? Here, we'll put this on here. Pop the link in here. No, Ramona, you're still in here. I see you. Like I said, I only popped it on to watch to see what Tony had to say. Otherwise, I don't really have much to say. Much to really talk about. That's why I was popping it on. Like I said, it just was to listen to the shit he was talking. That's all. I heard Nonsense and Cluminati did a timeline today. I'm excited to see that or go over that. You know what I mean? Watch them go over their stuff or hear about it or whatever. You know, I'll be excited when they go over it. Yeah, I didn't. Father of the Year, huh? That's pretty serious. I guess we could chit chat about that. I didn't even know. I think that's the one the Savage went over. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the one Savage went over. I don't know. Like I said, I could be wrong, but what's up, B-Tam? What you doing?
What's up? What's up? Just jumping up to say hello.
Yes, I popped this on because TikTok Tony was on here getting ready to do his live thing, and he ended it. I don't know if it just shut off or if somebody reported him or what. Sometimes that happens.
What major shit was he happening? What was he talking
I don't know.
about?
Well, he was just on there chit chatting or whatever. Sometimes, you know what I mean? People will turn him in, you know.
Damn, we missed it. God damn it. You're not fast enough. Not fast enough at all. Let me see. Queen Bee, I was just watching today live if Sebastian's active playing online games. Lately, he can be tracked since Seth said he has a Gmail account. His gaming can be tracked. What's the 401 on Karen? She likes to smile when someone repeats about John being hit by a car. I mean, I saw that. That was kind of interesting. Very interesting.
What's up, places? How are you?
Hey.
What's happening?
Did you see that Voldemort announced that it wasn't actually Chris Proudfoot that came in and said that, and Chris reached out to her and said that he wasn't trying to sue her and that she was being trolled?
Okay.
I just thought that was a little interesting nugget.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean...
Well, I mean, the fact that her mods didn't check or anything like that, I mean, it's not, like, surprising, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Tracy Smith says, "Oh my word, had another one a couple of months ago. All these jungles and being destroyed." Okay, well, that's another subject. Let me see. That's sick. Yeah, I seen the video. Karen Reed smiling when the guy was explaining about when John was being hit by a car. You know, allegedly.
What?
Like, you know, yeah, like this is the video here. It's like someone caught her smiling here. No, he's looking at it. It's a little bit grainy. I gotta find like a better looking video, but here.
Wow. Was there court today, B-Tim?
Yeah, the niece and nephew were interviewed. You had the I think the doctors that appeared in the medical facility. Um, the guy the library guy who does the camera, and someone else. There was a couple of witnesses. I was in and out. I was watching in and out there, but no bombshells, stuff like that. But I put the video in the back for you to watch voices.
I opened it into another tab. I'll watch it after we're done up here.
Yeah, finally getting into some more technical witnesses. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was good. Now they're trying to claim that now the snowplow guy could have done it.
Oh. Well, okay. So what is it? What number of possible suspect is that? Is that 9?
I mean, like the guy was basically explaining that it would be in the center of the road when it snows, and then he would pass like 3:30. And Yannetti was like cross-examining him like he was like the next suspect in the murder case. I don't know. The niece and nephew basically, like said, they heard her say, "Could I have hit him, or did I hit him at 4:30 in the morning?" And they outlined the fact that she, when John and him would fight, that he would walk away, and she would follow him. So I just had that image in my mind that he would walk away, and then she would drive the car in the back of him and hit him.
Oh Christ!
The guy from the snowplow company said plows only came at 11 for sand, 3:30 for snow. Only drove down the middle of the street. Impossible to hit John. Yeah, they were like trying to imply that possibly the snow truck plow driver hit John too.
I don't really think that's gonna work because he would have been like,
Yeah, and like they were like, some people were like, he had no fractures in his body. It's like the guy was focused on trying to not.
All right, I think I got this up. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I got this up.
All right, we've stopped with the brief intermission. We're getting to the main meat and potatoes. Hopefully.
Let's see if we can hear it. You let me know if y'all can hear it.
All right, I'm listening. Nothing yet.
This is his stream.
Nothing yet, though.
I'm not hearing anything either.
Yeah. What is it? An audio file you recorded or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna no.
I'm doing well, Aries. I think it's Aries who do it. Putting that out. Let me see. Yeah, so I mean,
basically, we're living in, unfortunately. How you doing, Kelly?
Oh yeah, we hear it.
We hear it now. Sound.
Okay, really? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Is the guy like doing long pauses?
Thanks, Brittany.
No, this is the TikTok, and
welcome back, Delta.
Welcome back, everyone.
You cannot talk over it because so if you guys have to jump down, that's fine, but we can't stop the recording.
Yeah, he got put in timeout for 10 minutes for underage, which we all know is not the case here. So.
I knew something happened because it just shut itself down.
I think it was you, Delta.
Yeah, me underage.
Yeah, your voice is not quite deep enough.
Pop it.
How you doing, Beach? Oh, there's our buddy.
Hey, Beach.
Hi, Beach. Hi, Shane.
Is Kayla in the live?
Yes, Kayla's in.
He's in the chat.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Shane.
Everybody doing okay?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
So, Shane, they recorded our live the other night when you and I and Delta were in with, I think it was Kayla. Isn't that right? Was that the one we were in, Shane?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. So they recorded that, and they were calling you a TikTok law enforcement officer.
Did we lose sound?
It looks like it.
I only hear the music now.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous. Something's got to be going on with this. Somebody's reporting their shit or something. I don't know why people keep doing that. They need to stop.
Hold on a second.
Fuck.
Okay, it's back.
People, man.
I'm trying to find what's knocking on the door. It's not showing me.
Right. Whoever's doing the shit needs to cut it out.
Can you see who's at the door?
Trying to listen. Trying to listen here.
Damn it, we're nosy. Let us know.
One of that
nosy than a motherfucker, boy. I sure am.
Get you on tonight is, can you help us find a dog handler that will go help Seth?
Oh fuck! Here we go. Okay, where's shit? Where's the
promise?
Bingo card, bingo.
I know some people in the private sector. You know, I don't. Most of the people I've always dealt with have been law enforcement.
Right.
But I can definitely try if that's what you would like.
Yeah, absolutely, I would. And if anybody's listening in the chat, if you could message me if you've got anybody that's willing to bring dogs to the Hendersonville area. It's a big need right now and a big request.
Yeah, all I ask is just maybe when we're done tonight or tomorrow, shoot me the information as far as where they need to go and, you know, any information that they may need to say contact you and all.
You know what I might do, Shane, is we'll exchange numbers and I may just put you on the phone with Seth.
Okay, that'll work.
I mean, that way you guys can talk and he can tell you more what his needs are. I just know that was a big request.
Absolutely.
So.
And I can confirm people up.
So TikTok detective.
Hey, the guy that was saying it, his name wasn't Andy by any chance, was it?
Oh my Lord, here we go again with Andy.
I'm just saying, I don't know.
Eggplants in the chat.
Yeah,
I can always change my picture.
He reached out to both me and Delta afterwards.
Oh yeah, he did, Caleb.
Oh, was he crying because I blocked him?
Yeah.
Oh well, he can cry. It's all right.
You hurt his feelers.
So what do you guys, I want to open up a little conversation, and then I've got a couple of messages I want to deliver tonight since the whole world is listening. Since we've got content copiers instead of content creators.
I wonder how many people are streaming. I wonder how many people are streaming.
Lots, I'm sure.
Sebastian,
I'm sure there probably are
not
lots
having
of
any
people
evidence
streaming.
that he actually left the house, meaning that the cameras didn't catch him coming out of the house. They caught him taking the trash out, but not coming out of the house. You guys have any thoughts on that?
No.
Well, you're asking, so I'll tell. But Delta, if you want to go first, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can hinder it very easily. I mean, the last thing you caught on tape was a vehicle leaving the house.
Right.
So, I mean, let's put 2 and 2 together here. It's 4. If it is a crime scene, then that's where your crime scene, the garage and the car.
Right. So your theory would be that they took him out the garage into the car, and that's what we're seeing on camera.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, it's logical. It's very logical.
Boy, why wouldn't law
You have
enforcement
thoughts on
think
that,
that?
Shane?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and like Delta said, if it's a crime scene, we don't even know if that is the crime scene for all we know. But
if that's the only time the vehicle left,
the only way he could have left that house without being seen would be through that garage, and I would say through a vehicle.
Maybe it was too dark.
No, I agree. I agree. So what do you think happens after that? The vehicle leaves. I mean, it's logical that somebody had to have caught that vehicle on camera, or we ought to have the black box from the vehicle to show us something, correct?
Yeah, I'm really surprised that there isn't more camera footage of this car and its direction it was going.
Well, now we can't say that. There could be, but they're just not releasing it.
Well, that's true, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm going off of what we know out here as civilians, and it just seems to me that there would have been even other people that would have probably stepped up and said, "Hey, you know what? I've been watching this case and looked over my doorbell camera, and here's what I got." So you're correct, Delta. They could, but I'm just surprised that there's not more info.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Y'all say bye to Proudfoot. He's in the chat.
I'm
See
sorry.
you, buddy.
There's so many
Said
clones.
y'all say
Speaking
bye to
of,
Chris Proudfoot. He was in the chat. See you,
He's
bud.
speaking
Bye-bye.
of, there was a clone. Betty's chat.
Where's
Chris
Sebastian?
Proudfoot clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I've
and
got,
like I said, you also brought that up, Tony. You know, you got that 10 hours of mystery time that's unaccounted for.
yeah, absolutely. You know,
No,
I
it's not.
think that Bullhorn has got is going to go retrace those steps, and she's physically going to do that drive and whatnot. But I'm sure that law enforcement is all over that time gap.
Yes, absolutely. I would imagine they are. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the geofencing is going to play an important role in this, and I think the you know, the data from the vehicles, because these are all newer vehicles from what I gather. I mean, I know that Chris doesn't know what year his truck is, but we know that most of these vehicles are new enough to have tracking information in them. So hopefully they've gathered that information.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know, I'm sure they're all over all of this information.
Crystal, that's a great point, sister. Who talks for 3 hours when when your marriage is on the rocks? I mean, I love my wife, and I talk for about 15 minutes, and she can tell that I don't like talking on the phone, and we call it a night. But the good news is she doesn't like talking on the phone all night either. So, yeah, right. How the hell do you not know what year your own truck is? So I want to deliver a message tonight, guys, and Delta and Shane, because I've heard you go in on somebody. Hopefully I don't offend you, but
No.
I want to address somebody that everybody knows is a real shitbag, and his name is JLR. And I want to send a message to him that he is an absolutely despicable human being. He has made accusations on Twitter that my client has had inappropriate advances, unwelcome advances on people. It's all over there, all over the internet. And I think it's despicable enough that these people are making money and not donating that money to the families, whichever family you choose to donate to. But I think when you start talking about other people's backgrounds with that kind of a background, and you start accusing a grieving father of stuff like that with no, as we say on TikTok, no receipts, I think you're despicable. And I think that there's probably a good reason that you were in the hospital with a colon blockage, because you're full of shit. That's why. So now that's out there for the world to hear. And, you know, I think that karma is going to get people like you and these other creators that are out here running their mouths about a grieving father. One thing I can say to all you guys, and I'm glad everybody's recording and I'm glad everybody is listening. One thing I can say is, if you are attacking a father that everybody knows had nothing to do with this, then you're despicable. And I can tell you guys that you can come at me
Back
all
at
day,
ya.
every day. And you guys do. And it doesn't bother me a lick. Matter of fact, when you're living your miserable lives, I've got one of the best lives money can buy. So you don't bother me a lick. But you all keep coming at my client with this bullshit. And I've got a stack of papers on all of you guys. If you want to play games, if you want to attack a grieving father, then cowboy up. I'm ready. Let's do it. So
Wow.
there you go.
He's got binders on binders, guys.
I'll see
Yeah,
your
it's a shame
binders and I'll
somebody's got
raise
to
you
stoop
my
that low
binders.
just the profit off of anybody. I wouldn't say just him. Anybody that's profiting off of this child that we're trying to figure out what happened, and people are making money off of it and keeping it. You know, it just that's sickening. That's,
Well, I mean, that's the
agree.
lowest of scum.
That's exactly right. And you know,
We're talking about a child.
you're absolutely correct. And I've had it with these people, and I've sit back and I've played nice. And again, it's not about me, because all these people think that I'm something I'm not, and they think I'm this guy that inserted myself and didn't ask to be involved. They think I'm making money, whatever they want to think. It's all bullshit. But at the end of the day, I represent Seth Rogers, and I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that the man is innocent. And everybody with a 3-digit IQ knows the man is innocent, because he's on camera at the county jail working until 7:30 in the morning. So, you know, I said the gloves were off with Chris Proudfoot about 2-3 weeks ago, and the gloves are off with these people that are attacking my client. And I'm just telling you, you found the right guy to play these games with, because I don't give a shit how many followers these people have. I don't give a shit what they say about me. All I give a shit about is protecting my client, and I'm getting ready to protect him. And if you all want everything I've got laid out there, keep playing, because it's
and
game
Tony,
on.
I just want to let you know I got your back if you need me, my man.
Well,
Well said.
I appreciate you. I've just had enough. So, you know, and like I said, it's not about me. They can attack me all day long. I'm here to take those arrows, and I can take them and keep right on working and right on enjoying life. But when you go in after a grieving father, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's disgusting. And, you know, these people that are doing it, I don't know how you go to sleep at night. I have no idea how you do that. And, you know, there's people that are out here that are doing a good job. They're covering the case, whether they're one team or the other, they're covering the case. And I have respect for those people. I have respect for people that create their own content instead of copying somebody else's content. And if you notice, the good creators, the creators that are out here doing good, they're making money too. And that's fine. They're also doing good work in the community, and they're creating their own content. They're not copying somebody's content. The people that do that are the same ones that are putting money wheels up on their screen and letting everybody donate to them. And the only reason they're making money is because a child's missing. And it's freaking disgusting.
Hey, Delta.
Yes.
Have you ever noticed in our careers that people who have things to hide, usually, you know, they go on with their lives, whereas the true victims are the ones that are out there trying to do everything they can. They grieve, they do whatever they can to try to help that situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, have you ever noticed that? And that goes across the board. I've seen that everywhere.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. And that's the first thing I looked at in this
the
case.
guilty ones, you know, they're out spending money like it's no tomorrow.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And that's what I was looking in this case, is the reaction of both sides. Yeah, I see somebody with boots on the ground, and I see other people nowhere to be found.
Yep, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, and you don't have to be an experienced law enforcement officer or criminal defense attorney to see what's going on here.
Absolutely. Just wanted to throw that in there because even us behind the closed doors that are directly involved with these cases, we see that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And You know, when I started off this case, those of you guys that have followed it since I got involved, you know that I tried to give them a fair shake, and I tried to give them one voice, and you know, it just didn't work out. But it got to the point where there's just no way I would have represented him because of the way he was treating people, and I just didn't like it.
I agree.
And I can't, you know, unlike you, Delta. I mean, everybody's afforded a defense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's part of our Constitution. But in a volunteer position, I'm only going to defend somebody if I know definitively that they're innocent.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, you're right. Everybody under the Fifth Amendment is allowed to due process. Absolutely.
That's right. But I can tell you, part of what's got me fired up is I know that beyond the shadow of a doubt that my client was at work. And what goes on in his personal life, again, these people are putting this stuff out here with no proof. And it's the worst time in somebody's life. And I would stop short of saying that, you know, that I wish somebody else was in this situation so they had to feel this, because I don't wish this on anybody. But the fact is that karma's a bitch.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And I want to say something too, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yes, Seth is your client, but you have also gotten to know him on a personal level. And I think it's safe to say that you truly care about him as a human being, right?
Absolutely, 100%. Couldn't be
all right.
more.
For all of you in the chats, you know, the people that want to bash Tony for what he said, don't you defend people that you care about? You know, he's had enough. He's tired of people going at Seth. He's tired of people bashing Seth. It's uncalled for. And so that's why he's so upset and fed up with this, guys. Give him credit. He's human.
Yeah. We absolutely have just had it with that. And quite frankly, it's 99% of these people that are sitting behind a keyboard saying this stuff would never show up in person and say the same shit.
Oh, I guarantee they won't. I guarantee they won't.
And I'll say
fact,
this.
I give JLR my address. He can come see me. Go ahead, Shane.
I was just going to say
that's not very smart.
You know, and I would say that a quarter of, if not over half, that are sitting and listening with their opinions on this case, which is fine, have no experience or training to come from their background that gives them any legitimacy to talk or bash about anybody. So,
well, and the thing is, what? No, go ahead, Shane.
Well, I was just going to say the keyboard warriors, you know, you guys need to really go find a life.
Yeah, go set your ass down.
Oh,
you know what I'll say, Shane, and I've said this before in a Facebook post I made, is I've been blessed to meet a lot of really good people in life. And I've been blessed to meet a lot of people that have their life together. They've got a good family. They've had a family that's been together a long time. They've raised their children. They've done well in work. They're respected in the community. And do you know that those are not the people that attack strangers? They wouldn't think of it.
Absolutely.
You know, I've been blessed with a good family myself, good folks, good in-laws, and all that kind of thing. And I can tell you right now that none of the people that I've been raised around would ever attack a stranger, a volunteer, let alone a father who's missing their child that everybody in the world knows is innocent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, again, too, look, people, you know, Seth doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Tony doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Okay, the burden of proof doesn't lie on them. Okay? I mean, people got to get things straight. If anybody knows facts, it's the person that's communicating directly with Seth, who saw things that we haven't seen.
You're exactly right. I mean, you know, in law enforcement's work. But I don't know how you don't clear a guy that was on video camera as a state employee up till 7:30 in the morning, and he was reported missing between 6 and 6:30. I have no idea how you don't clear that guy. But you know what? If it helps bring Sebastian home, we can live with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I totally agree with that.
So, Nikki, any thoughts, sister?
Drama, and I've said this before. If everybody could be respectful and understand that Seth is the one that is grieving, Seth is the one that is out looking, Seth is the one that is injured and unable to work. Okay. Respect the fact that Seth has chosen Tony and just move on with your lives. If you don't like what Tony has to say, if you don't like what Shane has to say, please understand that it's a respect thing and everybody is due respect. And I don't want to hear Tony said or Tony started or Seth said. I really don't care who said what. At the end of the day, be respectful as adults. Okay? If y'all want to live stream, go ahead, but be respectful. If there's a question, reach out to Tony. Okay?
Yeah,
But
I'm not
to
hard to get.
bash people,
I'm not
that's
hard
not
to
going
get
to
a
work.
hold of. Everybody on
Exactly.
here knows I'm not hard to get a hold of.
It's making absolutely no sense. Yes, we know our focus is supposed to be on Sebastian. If you guys in the chat can tell us our focus is supposed to be on Sebastian, I need y'all to take y'all same advice and focus on Sebastian. And that should clear up everything. Okay? If you want to point fingers, point the fingers at the people that was supposed to take care of Sebastian that day. Let's point our fingers that way. Let's stop looking for a reason and an excuse to bash each other. Okay?
Somebody said that. Somebody said in the comments that you got other YouTubers trash talking each other. Sebastian needs to be the focus. I agree with that statement as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've been blessed with people that have worked hard to build their platforms. And you know, somebody asked why I only called out JLR and not the rest of them that are out there with these trash channels. Well, it's because he's the one that has laid the information out from a hospital bed, and your focus is not getting back to your health so you can do good in the world. It's attacking a grieving father and saying things that are absolutely disgusting with no receipts. So that's why I'm calling out him. But the other ones that are out there live streaming and that are doing what they do and copying other people's content and sit there and make money off trashing people all day, they know who they are. I don't need to say all their names. Everybody knows who they are. And those are people that will never have a dignified guest show up on their show because people show up for trash.
Hey Tony, can you do me a favor? Can you? I'm gonna shoot you my email. Do you have his profile?
Who, JLR's?
Yeah.
100% I do.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna give you my email. Can you PDF that to me?
Oh, they don't want to do this.
1,000%.
Oh, they don't want to do this.
Oh my God.
Tony needs to tell his family to lock it down.
Sure.
You dummies.
This is the problem with society. Y'all want to stay so tuned into what Tony said. I'm going to say it again. It's not about Tony. It's not about Seth. It's not about the YT. It's not about them people. People are just going to be nasty people. Okay. And if you find it in your heart to talk about anybody, let's look in the mirror and let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about our own flaws. Okay. And then after you're done reflecting on yourself, reflect on the fact that there's a 15-year-old boy that has been missing for 3 months and nobody knows. And if whoever does know, they're not speaking. The most important thing right now is to find Sebastian and bring him home to his father. His father loves him the same way we are mothers, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, dads. We love our children, and he needs to be loved. So stop the drama.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, everybody likes.
Yeah,
to
but
say-
Katie and Chris
everybody
love him
likes to
too.
say that, you know, this is my platform.
That's their
and that
son
you
too.
know, you don't
you
have
know?
to agree with what I say. If you don't like what I say, you're here to deliver a message from my client. This is his platform and my platform. And if you don't like it, go sit down. It's fine. If you're not on board with protecting an innocent father when his child is missing, then I don't want you here.
Right. And Moose YP, you said why go after the mom that loves him too? I'm going to say this to you. I don't know who you are, but I pray to God that you never have to experience what Seth is going through. For you to say his mother loves him, she probably does. And I have love for her too. But what I don't have is respect for anyone that does not take care of their children. That's what I don't have respect for. She can love him all day and all night. And it may be nonsense to y'all, but the truth of the matter is we are so self-judging. And if we would stop the judging, I'm going to state it again. He went missing on his mother's watch, not his dad's watch. Okay.
Out of his mother's home.
Okay. Your sole responsibility is to make sure that your home is secure and your children are secure before you lay your head down. The same thing you do with your animals, and I pray that y'all don't leave y'all animals outside. It's the same thing you're supposed to do with your kids, but 100 times better. So that's my take on it. Y'all can love it or leave it, but the truth of the matter is Sebastian is still missing. Go pass out some flyers. Contact our local news.
Hey, Tony, I'm gonna
Who said-
have to hop off, but I will definitely send you my email. Send me all that information you got. Okay.
No, absolutely. I will, Delta. And we'll talk offline. We'll exchange phone numbers and we'll talk, you and Shane and I. We'll get on a group text.
You got it. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You guys, a little bit later.
I'm out as well. I've got to head over with Delta, but I look forward to talking to you some more.
Yeah. Can't wait, buddy. Can't wait.
All right.
I'll be over in a little bit, guys.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Betty, how you doing, sister?
Oh, I'm just listening in. I'm eavesdropping. That's all. I'm nosy.
Oh,
Yeah. Did you get the good stuff?
Oh, what part? All of it's been good so far, but I came in a little late.
Yeah. Oh, I was just making my opinion known about what these people are doing to Seth and how they're attacking
Oh
him.
yeah, I did get all that. That was good.
Yeah, I've had enough. I'm done with it.
It's insane. They're spending more time talking about a father than they are tearing these interviews apart and diving into the real facts of the case. Nobody, like everybody's, I don't know. I just feel like everybody's hit the crazy train. I've never, like, we've always had a segment that does stupid crap, but we've always had the segment that does the right crap. And I feel like everything's being blurred for some reason.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I don't understand why people that are able to make a living out of their own home, in my world, that's a blessing. And I think if you can make a living from your home, covering cases and trying to do good, that you should act like you're blessed.
Yeah. Yeah, and I got to tell you, this is not easy work. I mean, it never has been. I mean, no matter what you do when you're trying to create content, it's not easy work. It's not easy to do. But I tell you, I every time I talk to people, I tell them, if you create good content, you don't have to worry about pissing contests or anything like that. People will come. And I've always tried to do that. But people do get distracted. It's hard. You get sucked into the drama. And I think that's kind of where we are. I think if we just ignore the shit and just move the bus forward, I think we'll plow through some of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. And I keep thinking that these people are going to come to their senses and that the light is the light is going to come on. But you said a mouthful there, and You know, I follow you. I watch your lives. I watch your show and all that good stuff. And there's 3 or 4 other content creators on YouTube that I watch everything that they do. And, you know, it takes time when you create content, right?
It does.
When you copy content and sit and talk about it all day, it doesn't take a lot of time, does it?
Yeah, I hear somebody's doing that with this show right now.
Oh, they do it every time I come on. But you know, the thing is, I'm winning because I can get a message across by just coming on this little bitty old platform.
Yep. That's what they don't understand. I don't understand this. You can build a platform on hate or you can build a platform on good. And you find out the people that...
We'll mute her for a second. She deliberately came up there because she knew I was streaming. That's exactly what she... Hey, Ken, how are you, baby? She deliberately went up there because she knew I was streaming that shit. So I already knew...
Why doesn't she give her new buddy Tony
but she doesn't want to do drama, okay? She filed a frivolous lawsuit against me. Most 99% of it was thrown out. But she goes up on a fucking stream that I'm streaming. Okay.
Yeah, also I find it hilarious that Seth's like, guys, you shouldn't blame a parent. We can't blame them, but let's blame Chris and Katie.
Right.
I just find that hilarious that they just stopped there.
Well, I'm shocked that he called Tony, or that Tony called JLR out like that. I really kind of am, because if everybody knows he files lawsuits. So, I mean...
Yeah. I mean, congratulations. And Betty, congratulations. You went in there right when he's calling out JLR. I'm sure that's not going to result in any sort of issues with you and him. That's fantastic. Great job. Congratulations, man. He might win the stupidest award.
Wasn't the best thing to do, but I mean, I don't know. He made it very clear he was calling him out. So,
yeah. And she jumps in. But, like, it's interesting that, like, that lady's like, we cannot jump to conclusions to blame an innocent grieving parent. So let's blame an innocent grieving parent, Katie and Chris. Guys, we need to blame them. We need to we can't have all this hate directed at Seth. Let's put it where it should be, directed at Katie and Chris now. Okay, guys, we got to do that. We need to get back to what's important. Hating the people we hate. All right, guys, let's get back to it. Also, make sure to send checks and money orders to this address.
We found out the lawyer. We went over his lawyer thing earlier, and we found out not to send money or checks to at all to that person, to that lawyer online for the reward fund. Do not send money at all to that.
Like, I just wonder if any
reward fund until everything's figured out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still figuring things out with it. So
yeah,
wait till it's figured out first.
Yeah, and I just wonder if any of these people actually like listen to the words that come out of their mouths, because it lacks any logic and reason. It's like, sir, Seth, Katie, Chris, they're not being investigated by the cop.
Perspective and explain it, you know, and
she's still go ahead. She's still chatting.
Oh, she's going to be up there the entire time. She's going to steal the panel for her the entire time. But anyway, Seth, Katie, Chris, they are innocent. They shouldn't all be blamed. They shouldn't be hunted down and treated like shit. But the fact is you're part of the drama. You are pushing drama to attack it. Right now, you're calling for drama. You're calling for people to join your hate group to hate the other parents. Like, are you out of your mind? And then he's like, we don't like the drama. And then he's like, there's a couple of content creators. And, you know, when you build your own content, sir, that is not content. Okay, first off, that's a man's missing kid. Like, have you lost the plot? It's not content. Okay, your job is to spread awareness of the kids. It's not content. We're not making TV and reality show. We're not like making a skit. Your job is to network with other people, content creators, and maybe other people that can help you search to look for this kid, or to make an award, or to have YouTubers put the poster up. It is not to make content. I mean, like, his wording is terrible. I don't know what his thought process is. It's gone. It's done for.
All
It's
right,
done.
here we go.
Because I have a past, even though I'm perfectly fine now. I've got, I don't
Holy
have children.
hell,
But if I
still
did,
going.
one of my children went missing. Does my past really matter?
Are you
I
kidding me?
Jesus,
come
Lord.
on.
Well, I mean, and
Every
the thing
time I hear
is,
that
we've
laugh,
got
I think about
content
JP.
creators that continuously
Oh my
talk
God,
about
me
people's
too.
past,
Oh my God, me
and
too.
you know they've got more records than the Beatles. I mean, it's sickening.
I mean, it's
You
true.
know,
You're
and
talking
I
to
hate
one.
to be a guy. I've tried to take the high road. I've tried to let things,
Right,
you know,
you're talking
things
to
roll
one
off
right
my
now.
back regarding me because I know who I am. And
You're talking to one right now. Shit. And you are friends with Nina, who can't be around kids for 10 fucking years. I think you should sit down and shut your mouth, buddy.
literally have been in an orange jumpsuit.
I have been.
And have had opportunity.
I have been. He has been. Betty has been.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm
Betty's
saying,
been arrested a lot.
And so if they
So they can, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Little hypocrites up here acting like they're fucking perfect. Stop that.
give that same opportunity to somebody else, that's where I have a problem with this whole background. I don't care about people's background. I care about the results that they can produce, period.
Really?
Well, I made the comment to Seth early
Well,
on.
I mean, shit.
And
we got CVS receipts of backgrounds around these parts.
You know, we were talking about the backgrounds of the search and rescue people and, you know, the backgrounds of this person. And we're vetting these people. We're vetting volunteers and all this kind of stuff. And I told Seth, I said, you know, let me ask you a question. If you had 1,000 inmates from the county jail that you work at,
what?
If those guys would come out and join arms, even if they were shackled, if they would join arms and walk through the woods every day and help look for your son, wouldn't you take them? And Seth said, oh. So I mean, are we gonna hold somebody's past again? And Seth doesn't have a past. That's the deal, you know. But if he did, who cares? His child's missing.
Jennifer Coffindaffer she just did a live a little earlier, and I was in her live, and she was hitting on something like that too, talking about one of her cases where they were searching, and she had hit on like, I don't understand this background check. You don't need a background check to go search for somebody. And it was just funny that she had just mentioned something about that tonight on her
thing. Well, and
God.
Are they taking digs at Chloe because Chloe wanted to do background checks on everybody, the PI?
Yeah.
I think so, but
or whatever.
I mean, like,
if it was your worst enemy and they showed up on your doorstep and said, hey, everything that's been going on with us is trivial, your child's missing, I'm here to help, wouldn't you take the help?
Fucking way.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
no motherfucking way.
No.
There is information to be had. The bottom line is something happened to this boy. It's been 92 days. There's no if or ands or buts about it. There's something that happened. This is not normal. This child's not a normal missing child. There was another child that just went missing here in Florida. Nonverbal autistic kid. Thank God he's found safe. He was found in water up to his neck and dehydrated. But he's home with his family. And, when they're there and they're lost, they will be found. It's been 92 days. We have a lot of work to do as a true crime community, and this bickering has got to stop, because at the end of the day, we should be further along in this case as the true crime community, in my opinion.
100%. And you want to about that don't make sense about an autistic child walking out the door, all the sensory issues.
It's more than just I got a list of everything that Chris and Katie have said. A list.
Binders.
We'll break it out. I know it's sitting right there next to your latte.
There it is. Actually, I must have kicked it on the floor because I just looked for my yellow pad and it's on the floor. Okay. The list, and it's growing. Every time I hear an interview, I hear more about how much he hates outdoors and the litany of issues he's got going on with him. Oh, here it is. Sensory issues, quirky stuff like always needing to wear shoes, allergies, not a runner, activities. Oh, that doesn't go there. He doesn't like bugs. He doesn't like dirt. He doesn't like being dirty. Everything that you equate, and he doesn't like the dark. I mean, you're talking about everything that equates to somebody leaving. He doesn't like bugs. He doesn't like anything. He doesn't even really go out of the house. According to the first interview Chris gave to Duchess, he doesn't even, like, the neighbors know who he is, but he stays inside. He likes to play with his toys and his games.
Really? We've seen him in the park.
Yeah, and we know that he had some friends at school, and he had a little crush on the girl at the Waffle House or whatever. But at the end of the day, he wasn't the kind of kid to go out, just randomly walk out and socialize with neighbors.
Actually, they said just the opposite. He had problems socializing with people.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think his friends said kind things about him at school, but they weren't friends that come over and hung out at the house. They weren't friends that he went and hung out at their house. It wasn't like that.
Not at all. I don't see Katie I don't see Katie letting him have friends over, and I don't see him going over to people's houses. So
yeah, I don't see her as a mom that would make Kool-Aid and cookies and entertain the kids from the school.
No.
Well, that's really shitty because I do.
Not at all. But it's getting late for me. So God bless you all. Thank you
Good
for
night,
having
Betty.
me up. It's always a treat.
Good night, Betty. Have a
Bye,
good
Betty.
night.
Have a good night.
Yep. Don't let the bed
We're
bugs
done.
bite.
We're done with you. We were polite enough.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. And that's a saying, not an allegation. Just in case. Just in case that gets part of the filing as a threat.
Yep, it's going to be next that, they wish bed bugs upon me.
This guy baked him, threatened me with bed bugs, Your Honor. He said, don't let the bed bugs bite. Your Honor.
I don't know. Would you guys want these people helping? I did a poll. Would you guys want these people help?
First off, if my greatest
if your child went missing, would you want these people looking for them or involved in the case?
Okay, the answer is
and look, we got almost, okay, so we're at 285. Okay, it's anonymous. You guys finish voting because I want to know. I kind of want to know like what the chat's thinking here. Would y'all want their help or not? I mean, because we've seen what the fuck happens in these cases. So I'm just asking. I just want an honest answer.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I have to say, if my greatest enemy knocked on my door and says we need to put aside our differences and search for your kid, I'd be like, sir, where were you in the hours of 12 between the hours of 12 and 6?
Right?
I feel like, why are you here?
It's like my greatest enemy. If my enemy showed up here to help me look for my dog, that bitch, I know her well enough. She'd take my fucking dog once it was found.
Like, did anyone think that would be like a little odd? Like, how do you know? Why are you here? Where were you where this kid went missing? Like, no, sir. And having like all the inmates run out into the field. What if they're like people that have a disposition to children? Would you really want those inmates going out looking for children? Walking out? Would you like all like 800 inmates just like, are you what?
All right, come on, here we go.
Make everybody feel a lot better.
Missing in the USA is requesting a box, Tony.
Yeah. Kylan, how are you this evening?
I'm doing good. I think it's really important to just know kind of what Chase was saying is that Tony works, like Tony's client is Seth, and their main priority is Sebastian. I was saying this in a panel at like 5 a.m. People
354 watching her.
That's what it is. And we also, as the public, are not owed any information that they're keeping tight to the vest. And yeah, as frustrating as it can be, they're doing all that they can do and what is in the best interest of Sebastian and Seth.
Yep, absolutely. And I think I don't think law enforcement ought to come out and say anything other than just let the public know that, hey, is there a danger to their children, or is this an isolated incident? And, are we moving forward and do we have a proper team of investigators still working hard on the case? And I think that would settle everybody down a lot. They don't have to share anything, and they're not going to share anything that's going to impede the investigation.
Yeah, if it takes a long time for them to develop a a case and get down to the bottom of it. I mean, granted, we want Sebastian to come home safe as possible, as quick as possible, but we do want them, they have one shot at certain things, right? So we can't rush them. And I'm sure they are doing what they have to do behind the scenes in their due diligence with everything. They're trying to build whatever they have to build and gather what they have to gather. And unfortunately, that does take time. So even though the public will pressure them, they can only give us so much, you know what I mean? Without impeding on that investigation.
Absolutely. Cajun, you want to say something? Missing in the USA? Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to come up here for a quick second. A lot of these people already know me. Hi, Tony. I'm Dan.
Very nice to meet you, Dan.
We have so many content creators on this platform. If everybody would join forces to get faces out into the public and eliminate all the bickering that I've seen everywhere, so much more could get accomplished. So much more.
Absolutely.
But the best thing to do is to continue to push his face out into the public as far and as fast as possible. It's been almost 92 days, something like that.
Yep, exactly. 92 days. And, people ask the question all the time, and we have national news interviews coming up, and that's all great. But in the world we live in today, we have so much more horsepower on the TikTok platform, on the Tube platform. If all of these people would unite, and it doesn't matter what side of the fence they sit on, if they would unite in creating awareness, and they would unite in talking about this child or somebody else's missing child, it doesn't have to be this child. We have so much more horsepower between those two platforms than we do on one national news story. I mean, there's a very digital version on a Facebook page or something else, Bookface, whatever we're supposed to call it. But we have so much more horsepower on 2 or 3 platforms than you'll ever get on a.
What?
It's the Temu Dr. Phil show.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you guys were saying. I'm sorry.
Didn't mean to interrupt, but I think on that too, because I've seen so many comments. I mean, I saw a few here tonight, saw some of this other live I was in earlier. Tony is up here speaking on this platform because he's the spokesperson. It's in his title for what he does. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
No, you're exactly right. And I choose this platform. I've said it time and time again, because it works around my schedule. I can get on very quick. I can be on in 5 seconds. I've got good moderators. I've got good people that I've created in my network that support my client in the search for his son. And it's just easy for me. And the truth is that if everybody's recording these, it goes over to the other platforms anyway. So, I don't have to go through the headache of setting up a channel and all that kind of stuff.
Tony, Casper's wanting to know, are you trying to get Seth on any major news networks?
Yes, we have an interview coming up. We don't have a date on it yet. We have an interview coming up with Ashley Banfield, which will be a great platform. And we're also working with Fox and Friends. And I don't think Seth was on there. I think maybe CP and KP were, but we are going to get on Fox and Friends as well. And I'm in the process of having conversations with John Walsh. So, Seth is not one that wants to do, he's an interview a week type guy, maybe 2, but he's not one that wants to be doing interviews 3 or 4 nights a week.
Can I just say something, Tony? Guys in the chat, please be respectful, okay? And you guys are fueling the fire. You really are.
Yeah, just get rid of them. I don't have the patience for them.
Yeah.
You're not going to turn a bad person good. Just get rid of them.
Y'all just need to stop and just focus on what is being said. Okay, just stop. Everybody be mature. You have a right to have your opinions. You have a right to, express yourself. But this isn't the time or the place to say, well, what somebody's doing or what they're not doing. Please focus on what you can do to help find Sebastian.
Yeah, the question I've been asking since day one is, what are you doing to help? You're criticizing people that are volunteering their time. You're criticizing the father. What exactly is it that you are doing to help? And helping can mean a lot of different things. Helping can mean simply praying every night that this child, the other child I represent, comes home. That's what you should be praying for. And if that's all you're doing, you're helping. You're part of the solution. You're not part of the problem.
And there is so many other things that can be done. Does not matter what state anybody's in. Go to your local printing store, have them print up 50 to 100 flyers, pass them out at gas stations, laundromats, any place that will allow you to put up a flyer. It does not matter what state it is. At this point, he could be anywhere in the country. So, anywhere and everywhere is the best way to get his face out there.
Yeah, we don't know where he is at this point. Not Sally to you. If you'd like to come up in a box, I'm glad to chat with you if you'd like to do that. If you want to talk about credentials, come on up. You know, again, we don't know where Sebastian is. We don't know if he's in Tennessee. We don't know if he's in New Jersey. We don't know if he's in Florida, California. So that's exactly why we lean on good content creators to help us get the word out. That saves us from having to go hit up every local news station in America to get the story out. And we've got these content creators that live all over the place, even into Canada. So, you know, there's a content creator that you guys probably know. His name is Harsh Reality. He does a great job. He's on YouTube. He's in the UK, and he's covering these stories and getting awareness out in the UK. You know what? The guy's doing his part. And he's part of the solution. He's not part of the problem.
Oh, he's part of the problem.
100%. And just for anyone questioning Tony's credentials or that, Tony has spoke extensively on why he's involved. His intentions are pure and just, and he only cares about what we all care about, is Sebastian and Seth. And Chase has done a really good job, too, of allowing these conversations to be had where Tony has shared and been upfront and answered questions, too. So I just want to say that, like, he has already said exactly why he's involved, what he does, and who he is. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you don't have to have a list of credentials in order to be a spokesperson. What you got to do is just care. That's it. I don't care if you have this degree, that degree, anything in true crime or a true crime discussion. It doesn't matter. Your experience, your perception, your information, your outlook is just as important as the person next to you. So it doesn't really matter. He's not a private investigator on this case. They have a PI now. So he's the spokesperson. And his bottom line is he needs the care, and he does. So that's all you got to worry about when it comes to credentials. Does he care? Is he in it for the right reasons? Yes and yes. So let's move on. Sorry.
No, you're good. And I'll add to that. You know, I was blessed to create some media contacts in helping Caleb Harris and his family. So what I brought to the table for Seth, in addition to caring and being able to take arrows on his behalf, is that I do have media contacts and I've got content creator contacts. And that kept Seth from having to go out and find all those on his own. I'm able to use those through Randy to help another father with a missing child. So, you know, do I have a spokesperson's background? No, you can't pay the bills doing that. It's a volunteer job.
Gina Rising wants to know, people in Facebook groups are asking how they can get flyers.
So the Find Sebastian Rogers Facebook group, and I don't know, Nicole, I think, was in here. If Nicole, she is our admin of that page. She's also the admin of our Caleb Harris page. And I've worked with her now for, I guess close to 3 months. If Nicole could drop a link, that would be helpful. But it's got about 4,100 followers, and we're trying to create a lot more local followers as well. But it is called Find Sebastian Rogers, and it's got a green background. And if you reach out to Nicole, she and a couple of the other moderators are working with Seth, and they'll be able to get you flyers, digital copies, whatever it is you're looking for.
Tony, that email, do you want to, because I have gotten a few messages about the email account for any information to be sent your way or any assistance or anything?
That is, We Are Sebastian's Army, all lowercase, no apostrophes. We Are Sebastian's Army at gmail.com. And one of the Facebook moderators has control of that email. So that will go directly to her. And she is someone that has access to Seth as well.
Wait a
All
second.
right, one last thing I'm going to address before I get off here. Everybody has a background, okay? Doesn't matter who it is, what you did. That does not define who you are today. So, me, I got a background. I'm not ashamed of it. But that doesn't change what I do. That doesn't change what Tony does. That doesn't change what anybody else does. The only thing that matters is bringing these missing people home. Sebastian has been missing way too long. He needs to be brought home.
Absolutely. Could not agree more.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Appreciate you coming up tonight, Missing.
All right, y'all have a wonderful night.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You too.
Good night, Dan. I actually have to drop down too because I got to make sure.
Yeah, I'm actually, I want to thank everybody that came here with good intentions tonight. Thank everybody for listening. If anybody has any questions, obviously you can message me. I'm readily available. So appreciate you guys. Love you all. Seth appreciates the heck out of you. And y'all have a good night. I'm going to jump off.
Have a good night, Tony.
Thanks, everyone.
Well, then, I thought before we get off here that Seth was the one that said he had access to the Facebook email.
He did. That's what he said.
Here's the StreamYard link. And Care Bear came in and gifted 50 memberships. Please tell her thank you if you got one. That's really, really sweet of you, Care Bear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, love. Thank you.
Can I make a minor correction? Yeah, backgrounds you shouldn't hold, like, past the past and someone moves on. But there's certain backgrounds that you wouldn't want looking for children. It's not
exactly
like if someone has likes kids, you probably in the past you probably wouldn't want them to search for more kids.
I think that's actually probably against the rules and the conditions of their registration status.
Yeah, or someone who might have shot a kid through a wall and told not to be around kids because they're quick to anger and they shot a gun through the wall. That would probably be someone I would not have searched for some kids. Just a thought, a random thought experiment, right?
And let's again stress to everybody, do not go join the Facebook group. Do not go and put your information out there. Send them your address to get the flyers. You can go to TBI's website, download a copy of the flyer on your own. You can take it to your own print store, email it to yourself, download it to your phone, save it to your phone, screenshot it, attach it to an email. Then you can send it to the print shop. Don't be going and doing that because that's how you get doxxed. And obviously these people just fired a whole bunch of hailfire.
Does that go?
That was so weird.
That was weird, man. I think that was JLR. He's getting onto this panel next. He's going to jump on this panel.
No, you got to mute your sound though. Truth, you got to mute your sound.
Mm-hmm. But I found
your YouTube's playing in the background. Before you hit the StreamYard link, you forgot to pause your YouTube.
Is everything okay now? Okay, I don't hear an echo. Good. I found it very interesting that basically the guy jumps up, does a live, Sebastian's live, talks shit about JLR, basically tells everyone, guys, we got to get back to hating who we want to hate. We want to hate Katie and Sebastian, and we want to have the hate not directed at Seth, but at those people. My client is innocent because they're not investigating him. So let's hate these other people that have no evidence against them because, reasons, because the kid was in their care and we have to blame them for that, just blame them because they're in the house. Just, they're at fault completely for some reason. And we're going to invite BHB on to help us read her notes, her random notes, and to basically talk about don't bring hate on the platform. Meanwhile, just look at her past. I mean, and there's no mute your YouTube.
Truth. It's echoing real. Yeah, Truth, you already know how to do this. What are you doing? Come on, man.
Truth.
He already dropped off or something. I don't even know what the hell happened to him, but he's not even up here anymore. I don't know what the hell, because he knows how to do this.
Truth is having some issues, technical issues.
Right. But he knows how to do this. Peggy, you're up here.
What's up, Peggy?
Hi, Peggy.
Thank you for letting me come up. I'll be real quick.
Absolutely. How are you, baby?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. As a mom of a young man who just turned 23 on the 26th and didn't get a diagnosis on her son till he was 12, my son is on the ASD spectrum. And when he was Sebastian's age, when he was 15, he stood with me here in the dining room I'm sitting in right now and watched his father pass away.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. It's been 8 years. I'm coming to terms with it.
It's still, I understand. It
I know.
go away.
But as a mother of that kind of child, I can sit here and tell you my heart is breaking for Katie when I heard that Christian woman say that it's her fault that she didn't take care of her son. And like I said, my son was 15 when this happened to him, or happened to us. And I can tell you, if Sebastian was upset about going to live with his dad because he couldn't go to school, he wanted friends, just like my son wanted friends. And he had some friends, thank God, for the ROTC program, because that's where he made a lot of his friends. Otherwise, I think he would have been very lonely. With that being said, if this little change that was coming in his life could have upset him, all bets are off on the sensory issues. I found my son wandering around outside at night, which he does not like bugs, he does not like grass, he doesn't like to get dirty. But because of what he was going through in his mind, and they can't tell you, I'm sorry, they don't express their emotions like we do. And they can't just sit down and have a talk about it. So if this is what Sebastian was going through, I can sit here and definitely say all bets are off. If he didn't wear shoes outside, but he needed to go, he would have gone. And again, coming back to, there was that thump. Why didn't Katie go in? My son was 15. I didn't go every time I heard a bump in the room. I would just maybe say to him, hey, you're supposed to be in bed. You got school tomorrow. But I didn't always go in and check. And sometimes he'd go out in the kitchen to get a drink, and I'd be laying in bed. I'd hear him go get the drink, and I'd be like, okay, he's getting a drink. I don't need to get up. They're 15. They're not 2.
Exactly. Truth, you're up here now.
Did you figure it out?
Shit, maybe it ain't him. I don't know.
They're asking, is this all caps Peggy?
Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay. I hear you. It is you. I just wanted to make sure. That's all. All right. Go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. So when I heard that woman say that, we can't sit on our children, especially when they're 15, 16. Like I said, he's 23. He still lives at home with me. And we can't keep our eyes on him 24 hours a day. I mean, we try. And we try to make sure that... No, I'm not that Peggy. I'm a different Peggy.
Okay.
I know who they're talking about. No, that's not me.
Yeah, we know you're not.
That's not me. No.
Yeah, they were asking.
Okay, all right. But yeah, no. But I'm saying you can't protect them all the time. You try real hard and you do what you can. But just hearing that woman say that, it broke my mom's heart. And I felt so bad for Katie that people are thinking this of her, that it was her watch. Well, kids are kids, and if they're going to leave or if they're going to do something, you can't stop them. You can just be there to help pick up the pieces later or help get them through whatever they're going through. And it just bothered me to hear that, from what I've seen, she's supposed to be a Christian woman, and for her not to have any compassion or empathy for her, that upset me. And I just wanted to say that and let people know that, yes, even though these kids have sensory issues, if something upsets them or is on their mind real heavy, it can check all those sensory issues right out the door. It just can.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but I'm going to jump down. Thank you for letting me say that so people can understand that, just because our children are different, they're still children.
That's
And
right.
they really don't need a label. They just need to be loved. That's all.
I know
So,
that's right, girl.
but thank you again for letting me come up, and I'll look down so others can come up.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks for sharing, Peggy.
Yeah, that was
Is
really
it still
sweet of
doing
her.
the same thing?
No, you're good now. Yeah, it's not.
All right, I don't know. I apologize for that.
You
It's
got
okay.
a ghost in your machine, dude.
You say what?
You have a ghost in your machine.
You got a ghost in your machine.
Let me burn some
Well,
sage
I
for you.
was using my T-Rev box. It happens
Oh.
sometimes.
Oh hell.
Were you communicating with his dead rapper career? Maybe.
Yeah, I was speaking to the mouse on a stick. To be
Speaking
honest
of
with you.
T-Rev, did you guys know that there's like an older video out that somebody emailed it to me? It's a live stream, and one of his, like, some detective John or something is on there with one of his exes, and he says he made $18,000 one month for YouTube.
That doesn't shock me.
You know what? That doesn't shock me at all, given like his height and Kylie Rodney and the Idaho 4.
Yeah, he said it was around 5 months ago, so that would have been Idaho 4.
That would be great if he put that money aside for a very important cause,
Well, he wouldn't even buy groceries, I guess, for his kids and his
bum.
Like
bum. Like a bum. I swear to God. I feel like we get that guy from Rocky, the old guy, just have him fucking just scream at him. Yup, fucking bum. Just have him scream at him. Bring him back from the dead to scream at him, calling him a bum.
What about the Tony? Wasn't it rich hearing Tony say, "Well, these YouTubers, they're not donating any of their money or anything, but yet we've got YouTubers that have set up billboards, and Seth hasn't donated, and there's still no reward funds."
Well, can I say something? Because I had to jump off for a minute, so I'm not sure what y'all covered. I was having some issues, as you can see, with my computer. But can we talk about the fact, and y'all may already have, and I apologize if you have, but that was the most strategic move he made, and I didn't even see that one coming. But take what you think out of it for a second. He went after pretty much, arguably, the one person that he can have dirt on because he got it directly from someone, in my opinion. JLR has a big platform. He knows if he
Yes.
threatens JLR in any way, JR is going to turn his attention directly to him.
Correct.
I think it was a very strategic move that he weighed out what the value of it was and decided to go with it. And I think it's because he believes whatever information he was given by another person is like some big thing to hold over JLR's head, in my opinion.
I
And
agree
I
with
think
that line of thought. That's what I was just going to say. Do you think he got ammunition or something like that from his newfound partner?
Yeah, but in my opinion, that's possible. But I don't think that you can come at JLR like that. I don't think that's going to work with him. The old school, like, prison bullying tactics, I just don't feel like it's going to work with JLR. And I'm not a JLR fan,
no.
but I also know that he's not going to lay down and let nobody push on him.
Oh, I believe you right there. I do not believe that is a battle. Like, I think it was strategic, but sometimes our strategies don't always work out to the best of their advantage. Sorry, Mason has chicken nugget.
Mason has a chicken nugget. Thank you, Nate. Mason, thank you for your input, Mason.
I'm so sorry.
Mason has a very
It's 9 o'clock. We're on chicken nugget hour, so
chicken nugget hour. No, I think honestly, I think Tony's arrogant and stupid, and I think he's going to really open a can of worms. He doesn't quite understand that JLR is not the type of person that attacks you in the daylight. He likes to attack you at night, and he's gonna realize this is one guy you better be motherfucking careful with. And him inviting him to his house, not a smart move.
Oh, dude, look how fast he was outside of Turtle Boy's house the other day.
Yeah, this guy does not back down. I'm telling you now, JLR is not scared of shit. This guy literally.
You know what? You know what? In the JLR's Facebook group, he said TikTok Tony's mad, big mad.
Oh fuck! You know what I mean? Like you don't realize.
So he already responded to him in his group.
Like he's gonna. You know what I mean? He went in front of all those turtle riders and like literally like made fucking Turtle Boy run away.
Dude, like, this is a man who went on a hunger campaign in federal prison and was force fed.
Yeah,
like this.
That's. I mean, I don't.
This is some super villain
documentary on that. Like Hills did too. So there's all kinds of information on it.
Yeah, this guy is like super villain levels of fucking dedications. Like this would be like Batman's fucking nemesis.
Well, I was really surprised to hear Tony threaten him like he did. Call him out.
Works.
Yeah, what an idiot.
What do you think on that, Truth?
I mean, listen, if I take let me take Sebastian out of the equation for a minute, okay? Respectfully. Because I want to have this conversation and it not be spotlighted on Sebastian himself. But if you're asking me strictly from what Catfish Tony did, I said we were going to have something that happened in the next few days and nobody believed me. And I think we just saw the beginning of it.
I agree. This is where it goes to DEFCON 4.
Okay, I'm going to make a prediction. You go and I'll make my prediction. You finish and I'll make my prediction.
Oh, I'm interested in this. So, you know, I'm new on YouTube, right? So, and I've said this before, a lot of the beefs everybody has, I don't have those because I wasn't around then, right? And so I'm kind of just fresh to everybody. But what I've noticed is that I feel like JLR is going to show up at his house with bright lights at like 4 a.m, just acting a fool on live. And if he does, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
No,
he just gave JLR a lot of money.
I know what I think would probably happen is JLR is probably there's going to be an anonymous Facebook post about Tony. And then he's going to basically report about that anonymous Facebook post or group. And a lot of dirt's going to be dug out about Tony. And it's going to be put in the Facebook group. And then he's going to just do that type of... I don't think he's going to...
Your prediction?
This is my prediction.
Okay.
And I think he's going to report on that story. And I don't think he's going to go in front and he's going to double down on Seth. He's going to double down.
I almost feel like Tony's trying to take on someone else's battle. That's not his business.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I don't think he's going to show up in his house. I think that would have to be, usually it has to be related to, if he does, it's going to be like on the slide. Like, I'm reporting on this case of so-and-so, and he just stands in front of his house and doesn't even acknowledge it while filming it and talking about another case. Like, things like that. Like, that's how he'll probably do.
I got that. Yeah, I can see that.
Because he already did that with Turtle Boy. He was, like, literally walking in front of his wife's house while reporting on Turtle Boy and not even acknowledge the house and showing, like, the address and the street signs and stuff like that, which normally...
But he totally talked about the case and about Officer O'Keefe, and, I mean, it was insane.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What he said publicly was, you come to my house, come here. He invited him.
Yeah, fool.
Yes, he did.
That's dangerous. You on a public invited him to your house. So when he comes on your property, you can't do shit because you invited him there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you doubled down on it and then insinuated that bodily harm would occur. And that's what I took from it. Y'all don't know what y'all took from it.
Yeah.
Do you really want to be doing that? Like, do you, so he can come there with the intention that you want to do bodily harm. So he's in the right for coming there. And your reaction would then be in the wrong because that's you setting him up to get injured, which would be premeditated.
Yeah, JLR could easily say, like, oh, I thought we were going to work it out and have a conversation to try to get back on track with Sebastian. But then he came and at me with violence, and I need to put him in
because he
jail.
said, Tony came on and said, no drama, no drama. We need to stop the drama, no drama. And then was like, JLR, I'm calling you out. This is
JLR, you're in the hospital because you're full of
else
shit. Yeah, he was like, JLR, you're in the hospital because you're full of shit.
Why? Because he went against Seth. They've gone on national TV, all these shows, and talked shit about Chris, but Chris was at his job site, obviously on camera at some point or the whole time, 3.5 hours away.
Yep.
Katie, you know, that's for the police to work out. I can't speak on Katie very much. In my gut, I don't think Katie's guilty of anything, but there's nothing showing me she's not either. So I have to be neutral on Katie, but I don't on Seth and Chris.
Yeah.
At least
Other than a
directly in the beginning.
polygraph.
Right,
And
listen,
law
I'm good
enforcement
with
not
that.
naming
Listen,
her as a suspect.
no, they didn't do that. They are all three suspects. They are absolutely suspects. Like they're going to be suspects until they're said not to be, and no one has come out to say they're not. So that's just what it is. It's not a bad or a good. It's just what it is. You know, I'm just saying, like, this is going to get real ugly, in my opinion. And it's not even necessarily JLR. It's that JLR's people.
Yeah, because
he's got like 200,000 subscribers now or something like that. Something crazy.
Oh, guaranteed. They have Tony's family tree by now. By the time that post was made, enough of his army did his work. He has it all. And Tony made the challenge.
You up here?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
And Tony made the challenge to contact his family. That's so, like, you don't even understand.
And then other guys like, give me some information. Like,
oh yeah, that's a good idea. On in the public on a live, like to someone who is obviously a law enforcement officer or a prior law enforcement officer. So what are you going to do to obtain that information that you get from him? What computer system? Who are you going to call for a? You know what I'm saying? Like then you get into, violation of regulatory type shit.
Well, I don't even believe that guy. I don't believe anything someone says who they are. You know what I mean? Someone says, I'm a police officer. Well, I need to see your credentials first, sir, before I believe that shit. I'm on the internet where people are pretending to be fucking dog searchers and PIs and all that shit. So, you know what I mean? I need to see your credentials before I believe who the fuck you say you are. That's just my opinion.
It was just crazy. That's all. I just wanted to jump up here and put that in, just that it was nuts. And I'm sure y'all saw me being bonkers in the chat just because it's like we're living in a twilight zone. I really do want to hope and wish that they are looking for the right reasons and they really want Sebastian to be brought home. But I hate to use the word gaslighting, but I almost feel like that's exactly what's happening when I watch this.
Well, you got a guy crying more about himself than the missing kid. And his main reason for crying is like, guys, you are not hating the people I want you to hate, and you are making videos that I disagree with. And it's like, sir, you've been attacking this one guy for over a couple of weeks. He jumps on maybe a couple of panels. He's calm. He's not shit talking Seth, and you can't even handle that. And you know what I mean? Like the guy is outrageous, honestly, Tony. He still shit talks Chris. He still who is like 3 hours away, work site, has nothing to do with it. And it's just ridiculous. Like the guy's a little fucking baby at this point. Like, sir. And then he's like, well, I'm going to stay on TikTok. Okay, sir, that's really fantastic. When your video basically deletes on itself. And then like the other issue is like, he's going to be in trouble with JLR because guess what? Who do you think is that audience that follows every single live about this case? Do you think they're just your followers, or do you think they're JLR followers? I can tell you now, it's probably a majority of JLR followers. I can tell you that now. and you just like shit on a lot of the fan base just right there. There's a lot of people that love JLR. Even in the Turtle Riders, you know, with the carry, there are people that love JLR.
I was gonna say he's gonna piss a lot of people off with that.
Yeah, he has a huge following of people that follow from chat to chat to chat. And there's going to be a lot of content creators that are not going to go against JLR. You think like, let's say Brittany J is going to be like, fuck JLR, fuck that guy. Hell no. You think Smiley's going to be like, fuck JLR? No. Do you think T-Rev's going to say, who do you think made T-Rev get his fucking platform? Who do you think got T-Rev his views and built his channel? JLR. He recommended his channel multiple times. Do you not realize, like, now you just cut off your support with T-Rev? T-Rev's not going to support you. He's going to pick fucking JLR. So you're cutting off more people, and you're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. Point blank. Fucked. What an idiot.
See, I don't know all that history, so it's interesting from my point of view to watch all this, I guess.
Yeah, I know. JLR has a lot of connections to a lot of people. That same group of people going to all these chats. And T-Rev was built up by JLR. JLR basically recommended a bunch of his videos. So T-Rev's not going to be going with you. So that whole sitting down with, Seth with T-Rev, he's going to be like, no, sir, I'm not going to work with you. I'm not going to risk getting fucking dealt with JLR. I'm going to just talk about the case by myself. And you're going to see people start backing away because of that stupidity. Because you're attacking the guy who has a commanding of a lot of an audience. When it comes to the conspiracy, true crime audience, he's got the monopoly on that shit.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah,
this will be fun to watch. And anything we didn't know about Tony, we're gonna know. JLR's gonna find it out, and he's gonna show it all.
Yeah.
What a dummy.
That's just, I mean, I can see the value of it as far as in his mind, not knowing that maybe, you know what I mean? That he could see the value of kind of going after someone and thinking it would die down after a few days. But I don't feel like JLR is one that's going to die down after a few days.
No, just have the JLR. There's going to be a lot of channels that will not want to go dissociate with you, either because they don't want to deal with the drama with JLR, or that they basically got their channels built by JLR, and a lot of the audience comes from JLR, and they use a lot of materials from JLR. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I don't like the guy, but at the end of the day, he jumps around a lot, and a lot of people use his content, and he's connected with a lot of YouTubers on this platform. Everyone knows.
Not only that, but his Facebook group is where all of these people get their promotion, how everybody knows where everybody's live, all of that stuff.
Yeah. There's a reason. There's a reason why, Turtle Boy backed off of JLR. You notice, they slowly backed off from him because they realized
JLR's off paper now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not court ordered to take his meds anymore.
Congratulations. I mean, honestly, Heels is probably in heaven laughing at someone calling him full of shit.
She's definitely laughing.
She is laughing. She's just like, yeah. She'd probably make a clip of Tony Mathis right now, just clipping him, calling JLR, you're full of shit.
Oh my God, maybe that was Heels trying to come through when Truth was having his issues.
Yeah, just happy. She would have clipped that for sure. She would have definitely clipped that. She hates JLR. She hated JLR with a passion.
Well, truth, not feelings, get your popcorn, because it's going to be quite the show, I'm sure.
Here's the thing. That's going to be one thing. I'll definitely be covering it on my channel because it's gone along the line of gossip. But the Sebastian Rogers case is what should be first and foremost. And I didn't get any of that out of that right there. Like, nothing about that live said anything about what we could do, where we could go, updates on what they've done. If y'all notice, we haven't gotten a single update of what they've actually done over there.
No,
okay, but wait. They tried to herd us to a Facebook group that Seth supposedly has the email address for. He has access to that.
Brilliant. Fastest way to get yourself doxxed and fucked with is to join a Facebook group. Congratulations.
Because they're stupid. They don't know what they're doing. They have no clue what they're doing. So they have no clue what to tell everybody else to do.
And they said they're getting ready. They don't have a date for Banfield, but they're going to be on Banfield and possibly, and then Fox and Friends and one other one. You know, he's throwing out a lot of big things. So, like, it's actually kind of good that he's throwing them out. So then we can put them on the list. And when they don't happen, we can add them to what date this was said it would happen on, or, you know, what date that they declared this was going to happen in the future. You know, and it actually is, it's kind of good. They leaked a little bit, but here's my bigger problem though, you guys. I'm afraid that Seth, albeit he is still the father of a missing boy, a missing young man. He's the father of a missing 15-year-old. I'm afraid he's going to get caught in the crossfire. And then what's going to happen is it's going to cause harm and impact to Sebastian's overall, the impact on coverage.
I wonder if law enforcement actually enjoys, and I say enjoys loosely, okay? Maybe that's not the right word. Correct me if it's not. But enjoys when this shit happens because it takes people away from knocking on their door every day with bullshit and lets them concentrate on the case. It's almost like these side things that keep happening are almost a blessing if you're looking at it from law enforcement's point of view. Otherwise, it's, Tony saying call into the sheriff's department, tie their lines up essentially, and take up their time. So when these things happen, at least, like I said, it alleviates some of that from the other side, in my opinion.
You trust me, it's crossed my mind, because why are all the side things continually happening? You know, it's taking away from the overall distraction.
Well, and then you finish. I'm sorry, voices.
I meant it's an overall distraction taking away from.
What has Tony actually helped at all? He's I could name him. He alienated most of YouTubers from helping Seth. He has started drama, and he's created a TikTok channel where he can spread misinformation on a case. That's what he's achieved. And also, I would say that he has scared away legitimate people and invited people that have a criminal history to help him with the case.
Earlier, we learned that he's getting ready to tie Caleb Harris's case with Caleb by using Caleb's father and Seth together to be on Seth's own YouTube channel and start weekly question sessions.
And also he befriended BHB, and I'm sure that's not going to backfire. I'm sure that will not backfire, and I'm sure that will never bring any drama, and everything will be A-okay.
I mean, he's shouting out the worst tragedy pimps there is. I mean, he's shouting out her. He's shouting out harsh reality. I mean, he's got all the biggest misinformation people. I mean,
yeah, like the Michael Vaughn case, where he basically harsh reality accused the mother of being a part of the murder, like of the son.
Yeah.
And then he had to get rid of those videos quickly. And even like Chris McDumbass and the lab were like literally even didn't like what he was doing. Like when you get called out by Chris McDumbass and the lab, you fucked up. You have fucked up. Like when they're like, yo, what are you doing? This is a little too far even for us. Go back to Britain. Go back, whatever. That guy.
Anybody?
Yeah, you go.
Sorry.
No, you go.
Has anybody noticed that Tony said that the reason he was there and his, credentials, so to speak, were because he had connections to major news networks? Yet we're how many months in now with him being here, and still everything is not scheduled yet and still up in the air. So how strong are those connections really?
Well, that's a great, exactly.
You must not have very good connections.
Well,
I'm okay, sure we have Amy up here. Amy, you're up here with us.
Hello, Amy.
How come we never mention Chris Kate Plafford. How come he doesn't give a damn about those parents?
Well, it's because he doesn't care, because he wants to send hate towards those people, and because
Why?
hate
How
gets
has
you more
it
money.
gone to him?
Well, hate gets you more money. That's what happened. So basically, him sitting there for like Seth and acting like Seth is the good guy and these are the bad guys. There's a villain. See, it's like it goes to the old saying where like, people are scared of the outsider, so they're trying to create that the Chris and Katie are the outsider, and people and you should direct your money and support here while we project and hate them because it distracts them from the message. And the message is like Sebastian. And the fact is, they have no new information. They have nothing new to offer. So the best thing they can do is basically direct hate towards someone to create that content and to create that loop of money and views and donations.
I mean, the hate is unreal right now.
Yeah.
It can't be about Seth. Oh, Chris, Kate, no offense to them. It should be about Sebastian.
Yeah.
And how come they can't find him? Just like somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It's getting I think it's getting to that point for sure with the Summer Wells.
I agree, Amy.
How about Queen? How about BHB? I think she talked to Tony and told him to say those things about Jonathan Lee Richards. Because they've been talking. Tony and Benny has been talking.
Hey, Roro.
Hi, Roro. You're
cutting out a little bit.
Your background is.
Emma?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Not anymore. It's gone. It's
Okay.
gone.
Is it gone? Okay. Ugh.
Do you think Tony and Betty told Tony to say that?
I cannot give an opinion on the thought process of BHB due to litigation and issues with litigation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
I don't even want to begin to think.
Yeah, I have no comment on it.
No comment on her thought process internally.
None of us.
otherwise.
None of us are certified to go on none of that.
That's out of my pay grade.
I just want to hop up.
Tony's supposed to be on High Time on Thursday.
Yeah, she is. He is going on her show on Thursday. It'll be very interesting. I'm sure there will be no drama and no hate directed towards people. I'm sure it will be full.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But why so much hate? Why the division? Why couldn't they just put the parents?
Because it's for money, honey.
Yeah, I mean,
it's for money.
If I
People
just
are going to watch the drama.
If I just simply, if someone, let's say like Tony put up a sign, the picture, and went through the timeline of events every day, his viewership would drop. It would plummet. It would immediately plummet, and people would just stop watching. And the main reason is that that's the main reason. And then you will.
It doesn't have Seth. It doesn't have Sebastian. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help
It
Sebastian.
doesn't have Sebastian. How to find him? Y'all have hope, but Tony has not. Tony likes to sit there and say crap about the other comments. And he doesn't even know he doesn't even know how to be honest. And I think that's sick. And he's making money out of his line. Does Seth don't realize that?
I don't know. I think Seth realizes a lot of things, and I think he's smarter than the average bear, let's just say, when it comes to certain things. But I think he's very much ignoring it for a certain reason. Either he's still angry about the divorce, he blames Katie out of unjustified anger, and also there's a lot of people gaslighting him, telling him he's the greatest thing since fucking sliced cheese. And unfortunately, he's just continuing on, and he's not listening to anyone. He's just going to listen to himself. And unfortunately, if it was just him, I would say nothing. I'd be like, whatever. But the problem is that he is directing people, like in this live stream, he's directing people to go after people that have not been charged, have not been arrested, and are and anything like that. And he's also kind of pushing the attention away from the discussion of Sebastian, and mostly it's just conspiracy theories now to try to place blame on Katie. And just like the clip we played of BHB, she wants people to prove that they're innocent to her, not the other way around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, Amy.
Hi.
And it's sad that there's more people that will, you can get 3,000 people in a chat spewing misinformation and drama and all the things, but then, there's 800 to 1,000 listening to Sebastian, but they're screaming, we need to make this about Sebastian. It's all about the money, baby. And that's what's the sad thing. But I'll tell you one thing. I came in here late, so I didn't. I came in here late, so I missed the whole JLR drag.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew something was going to pop off. I even said something in chat in the earlier stream. I said, y'all watch. I said, something is big is going to pop off because any time any questions are asked of Seth, the reward fund, the Facebook group, when there's any discussion, not accusations, just straight up questions, then there's always a deflection, and so this is a JLR Tony deflection, and I think it's a huge deflection. Just that's just my opinion. I knew something was going to pop off, and I hadn't even heard what I was saying because I was in here late. So it's just that's just what I see, and like like if Tony is Seth's voice, he's his PR person. That's what a PR person is. And Tony even said at the end of that before he said, if Seth wants to thank you all, then that's his voice. So to me, if somebody's speaking for me, he's not correcting any misinformation. None has been corrected by Seth of, hey, no, that's not right, Tony, whatever. None of that's been corrected. So he co-signs it, and that's the problem I have. But
right.
That's just me. But I'm gonna hop down. But anyway, I'm gonna go back and listen to the beginning because I ain't heard the JLR Dragon, so I'm gonna hop down and go back and listen because I ain't heard all that. But and I agree with
I was
BTM.
gonna say we can play it again real quick if you want us to. We can play it again.
Oh, you don't have to do that for me. You don't have to. They might not want to hear that.
Well, I'm sure there's people in here who haven't heard it.
Oh, whatever you want to do. And I agree with BTM. Truth, he's not. JLR doesn't like physical confrontation. He's not going to do that. He will ruin like if he could change Tony's DNA and credit score, he will do that behind the scenes.
I'm just interested to see it because I mean, when you go after a man like that, I mean, I don't know what you expect him to do. You know what I mean?
Well, he's
Like
not going to physically
man,
fight you. He's not. He's going to psychologically screw you. Like he is going to psychologically screw you and your family, your great grandchildren, your future great grand. That's why he's so dangerous. If he knocks on the door, you can call the police. You know what I mean? But yeah, his wife's great grand. This is bad. I mean, I don't know what he did. I didn't see it. I've just heard about it. But he will psychologically, he will do all the things to you psychologically. He's not going to roll up at his house. He's not going to knock at the door. He's not going to do the right thing. He's not going to do all that. He doesn't like physical confrontation. He will make you regret that you even had his name in your mouth.
Digital warfare.
Yes.
Truth. Have you Googled him, Taylor?
Yeah, and listen, I mean, I've been watching, and I've gone and spent a lot of time watching older videos because I'm a research buff. I'm not right about everything, but I do like to try to research a little bit before I talk on things. So yeah, I mean, I've seen, some of the
Okay.
things that he's done and some of the
Oh,
videos, some
okay.
of the controversy. But once again, just because I've seen that, right, doesn't mean I judge him based upon that because to me, he's never done anything right. Because that's how I am. If you haven't done anything to me, or was something I'm involved in at that time. Maybe it was wrong back then, but I wasn't around then, right? So
He
I'm still
sued
just
Mother
open minded to see
Teresa.
how everything works.
Jesus Christ, he sued God for God's sakes.
And the Eiffel Tower, Kim Kardashian. Yeah, I mean,
The survivors of the Holocaust.
The Kim Kardashian one was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was.
It was funny. It was a
Wait,
funny
what?
reading.
Now maybe I haven't learned enough. Y'all want to go over that again? What?
Well, what happened is that he found a loophole in jail while he was in jail where he can file for free on unlimited lawsuits. So he basically started doing a bunch of lawsuits against random people, and he did it up to 3,000 lawsuits. And he sued Mother Teresa, Holocaust survivors, the Eiffel Tower, Nostradamus, the Statue of Liberty, I think. God, some football player team.
Please tell me you're joking. Please
This
tell
is
me
not a
that
joke.
he sued
He
God.
actually did that. He
there's
sued,
a Wikipedia page, baby.
Yeah, he sued Kim Kardashian, claiming that he sued O.J. Simpson, claiming that he was some sort of alien and he was trying to turn everyone into O.J. or something.
Kim Kardashian took his virginity.
For Kim Kardashian robbed his virginity. Yeah, I think
He
that
bought
was
her lingerie at Target.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Please tell me y'all are kidding. I'm not ready
This is
for this
not
Twilight
joke.
Zone.
We are dead serious.
No joke.
Heart attack.
Look up JLR lawsuit wiki, and you will see we are not joking.
I don't know if I want to do that.
When you have sued, when you've had
Oh, you
almost
do.
3,000 lawsuits, and while you are in prison, they take away your paper, so you can no longer do that. And you go on a hunger strike to where you have to be tube fed down your nose into your stomach. That's dedication.
Correction.
Wait, hold on.
Correction. It was 4,000, 4,000.
Okay, 4,000. That's dedication
Okay.
to where you have to have an
Hold on.
NG tube put down to be fed.
Hold on. Let me just say something. That's a bad motherfucker.
Right.
Like y'all
Now
say
you
what
get
y'all
it.
want to, but that's some dedicated, real ass shit.
Now you understand my comments about JLR. If you
Right.
get
Oh, I
He's
can't
not
even be
going to
mad at
show
him.
up at the house. He's
The
not
Guinness
going
Book
to
of
show
World
up.
Records wanted to put him in there, and then he sued them too.
Yeah,
Tried to.
And then they have
Anyway,
like
is
a
that a
judge.
joke or is that?
The lawsuits were all handwritten, True.
Yeah.
Right.
You can actually find filings. You can actually read some of his filings if you like type and research. Some of them are pretty funny. He actually made a book.
Y'all are
you can buy.
jerking my chain. Quit playing with me. Y'all
No,
are
no.
jerking
He
my chain.
had the
Hold on, I'm
book.
Googling now. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. Please.
Hey,
Listen,
Truth.
I can't be mad at him, but if he sued Mother Teresa and God, we gotta have a conversation, bro.
No, you don't. No.
Hey, Truth.
And you don't need to have that convo.
Yes.
No.
We wouldn't shit you. You're our favorite turd.
That is fucking shitty. I love it. Thank you. That makes me feel
Yeah.
like I
I was
woke
gonna say,
up
he's
today
not going to
for a
knock at
reason.
his door. He's not.
We shit you not.
Bullhorn Betty does that, or the person we don't mention that
Okay,
she might
so if
would
you go
do
to
that.
if you go to Wikipedia, it says here since 2008 to January 8, 2006, he filed over 2,600. Wikipedia might be wrong. Lawsuits in federal district court across the country, some of which have received considerable press attention. Among the more famous defendants of his lawsuits are the New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick, former President of the United States George W. Bush, former Attorney General of the United States Janet Reno, Martha Stewart, NASCAR driver Jeff Gordon, former Atlanta Falcons quarterback Michael Vick, entrepreneur Steve Jobs, celebrity blogger Paris Hilton, Somali pirates, a pop star Britney Spears. He also sued the late Benazir Bhutto, Parviz, Musharraf.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
And the Immigration Naturalization Services on November 7th, 2007, to prevent him from being deported to Pakistan, tortured upon release from prison in March 2012. There is no known evidence of any attempt to deport Riches. On April 9, 2008, Riches filed a request for a temporary restraining order in the U.S. District Court against Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two developer Rockstar Games, FCR Williamsburg, and Grand Theft Auto itself, claiming that the defendants, quote, put me in prison, end quote. The inmate stated, quote, the defendants contributed to plaintiffs committing identity theft. Defendants' games show sex, drugs, and violence, which offends me, end quote. Riches continued, quote, defendants put me in prison. I face imminent danger from violent inmates who played Grand Theft Auto who will knock me out and take my Go Jesus cross. Riches attempted to intervene as a plaintiff in the Madoff investment scandal, claiming that he, quote, met Madoff on eHarmony.com in 2001 and taught Madoff identity theft skills. In May 2009, Riches filed for injunction against the Guinness World Records, seeking to stop them from listing him as the most litigious individual in history. Guinness spokesperson.
Why do I want to be his best friend, guys? This is horrible.
You don't. You don't. You don't. Baby.
That's like selling your soul to the devil.
I can't believe Tony called him out like he did. Here, we're gonna watch the rest of this news.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Here's the Wikipedia, and you can actually read the filings on scribe.com. It has like a bunch of like his old handwritten documents you can read. If you ever want to
JLR, if you're listening to this, bro, I have no problem with you. None.
Yeah.
Okay. I had zero. I don't care what anybody else is saying, bro. We good. We good. Gravy, Gucci, whatever you want to call it.
Here, you can also buy his, if you don't mind being doxxed, you can also buy his book on his lawsuits. He made a book.
And he also has to get permission to file any lawsuits now. He has to have permission to do. I mean, there's a court order. He has to get permission.
Wait, he needs to sue the court for that because that's a violation of his constitutional
no,
rights.
Don't give. Listen, no, it's not. He can he still has the right, but it stops the frivolous stuff. So let's say that he has a legitimate lawsuit against someone, which he did, and he dropped it a few months ago. Okay, he brought it to the court. They said yes, this is
I gotta
a
give him
legitimate
props for
thing.
that.
Yeah, and he dropped it because it was bullshit. It was YouTube bullshit. So, and he dropped it. But yes, he still has the right to sue, but he cannot sue God. Okay,
Here's my question: how many of those did he win?
None.
Because what happened is that he didn't have to pay the filing fee, but he would never continue the lawsuit. He would just file them and not go forward. So like he basically got a free like almost $250,000 to like $400,000 worth of filings that he would have to pay. Because when you file a lawsuit, when you file a lawsuit, you have to pay like $250 to like $350 just to file it. But since he found a loophole, he didn't have to pay that fee. So he would just file, and I think it was like $250,000 to $300,000.
So he was just doing it to stick it to the man.
Yeah, while he was in prison.
It was fun.
Y'all want me to not like this guy? I'm sorry. I know he's probably done things. I'm joking right now.
pretty
No one
bad.
get mad at me. But
All
I'm
right, here
just
we
saying,
go.
like,
I'm gonna play this.
This week, since Sebastian Rogers went missing, his disappearance has baffled investigators. Our Michael Warwick reports from Sumner County, where people aren't forgetting the teenager.
In the area of Sebastian Rogers' home, reminders of his disappearance appear on signs on the side of the road. It's now been 3 months since he was last seen.
Just really heartbreaking to see. I can't believe it's already been 3 months.
Investigators searched every square mile around his mother's home, his last known location. They've looked into every tip, but to this point, the case remains a mystery. Without answers, people in Shackle Island, like Libby Mayer, can't forget about the 15-year-old.
I am thinking about him for sure, though. Just especially when I'm driving in those early morning hours to clinicals and stuff. Keeping my eyes out. Maybe there's something I see that someone else will miss.
Earlier this month, the sheriff's office ruled out a pair of pants that were found. They also confirmed Sebastian was not the boy in a picture that circulated on social media. The sheriff's office maintains it's doing everything in its power to bring Sebastian home, following up on tips and leads. But to this point, everything's led to a dead end.
You know, just keep praying for him and for his family too. It's easy to remember, easy to forget. It hurts the family just as much as the person who's actually missing.
To this point, Sumner County investigators say they found no evidence to suggest foul play or rule it out. Michael Warwick, WSMV4.
That was a nice story. I think he is out there. I think he will come home to all three of them. I really do. I just
hope
feel
so.
it. I think it's just going to take time. I think it's just going to, I just have a feeling. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I just have a feeling. But yeah, stay away from JLR, Truth. Just stay away.
Wait, the only one he won was against his mom?
Honestly, I don't know, but if you don't stay away from it, we'll tell Clue on you.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm just not the type of guy that just hates people, right? It may
the
not be
problem
my
is,
cup of tea.
the problem is
not asking
the
you to
reason
hate
why.
him.
Wait. I'm sorry. You finish, Voices. I'm sorry.
I'm just. We're not asking you to hate him. We're just giving you your warning to give him a wide berth.
So, like, do you know why he went to prison?
I'm not aware of
Okay,
that.
so he went to prison originally for identity theft. I believe it was a few $1 million he actually was able to. I forgot the exact amount of millions, but he stole like millions of dollars from phishing thing. Basically, you can listen to his interview, but he got it from people's bank accounts and stuff like that. Millions of dollars. He goes to federal pen, 10 years. He comes out, does these while he's in the pen. He does these lawsuits. He comes out. He pretends to be the uncle to the Sandy Hook shooter. He also pretended and then like did interviews and stuff like that. He basically also pretended to be a Muslim, then a Jewish person, with the doing interviews.
Took a football and pork rinds to a mosque.
Mm-hmm.
He was the uncle of one of the Sandy of the the Sandy Hook shooter. Yeah,
Adam Lanza.
And had dolls in his car.
He pretended to be the uncle, not the actual uncle. He pretended to be the uncle.
Yeah, he pretended to be the uncle. Yeah.
He basically figured out. I think he got the mail. He went to the address where the mail was. I think there was like a news article that talked about him getting the mail from the mass shooter.
I think he forwarded mail.
Yeah. So
no habla inglés.
Yeah, he basically did
nada.
Like that's why, like when Tony talks about messing with this guy, he really doesn't know who he's messing with. Like he really has very little understanding about this guy. Like he knows the system, he knows the laws, he knows how to manipulate things. He's not someone I would really want to say come to my house to fuck with. To be completely honest with you,
that's just wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Come to my house. I wouldn't worry about him physically showing up, but that's like an invitation of come on into all my electronics in my house and and just do whatever you want. You know.
This is why I say Tony is arrogant and stupid. It's a dangerous combination, a very dangerous combination. And he invites, basically, he had Holmes' address changed to receive his mail. That's correct. Yeah, thank you, Halloween. Yeah, that's a dangerous combination. And like basically, I mean, like that was his past. Obviously, he served his time for that stuff. Whatever. I'm not going to hold that against him. I will hold a little bit about the whole pretending to be the uncle of Sandy Hook is pretty fucked up. But like the fact is like you're dealing with a guy who knows the system, knows what he can do with lawsuits. Obviously, I mean, the guy filed about 2,600 of them, so he pretty much understands how to file them. He very much knows the system. He knows how to work social media. He knows how to troll people. Just not something Tony wants to mess with. and Tony should just really be careful.
Yes,
He knows how to skirt the line and stay out of trouble.
Mm-hmm. And like Truth, I don't know if you followed the Alex Murdaugh trial. Well, then there was a report that that Alex Murdaugh's son, his girlfriend, had a stalker outside of her window taking pictures and things. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that happened with the.
So there's he did it from the street. Well, anyway, I don't know how he did it, but anyway, he did it, and so just
I'm just gonna
don't play
repeat
with
myself.
him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna repeat myself again. JLR, we have no problems, bro. We're good.
We're good. We're not gonna have any problems.
Golden.
But that's what I mean. Like now, after hearing all this, do you think Tony Mathis made a great idea to do that today? Had a great idea of what he was doing today.
Chase, you're listening to this once again, JLR. We're good. No, I think that Tony, you know what? I don't have an opinion. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to grab my popcorn.
Now you're picking up what we're all
go.
putting down.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look, my favorite saying is, if you're gonna put in my real life and YouTube, if you're gonna put your shit in the street, I'm gonna watch it. Now, am I gonna fight with you in the street? No, but I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna eat popcorn or crumble cookies, which gummies, whatever I've got. But
I'll stand on my front porch and smoke a cigarette in my nightgown and watch it if you put it out there.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is like Betty knows about JLR, and she just jumped in that chat even after he shit on JLR, and which is kind of crazy to me because I'm like, whoa, like it's one thing like they kind of separated a little bit, but now she's like actively jumping on that pan.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, that's a little odd. I've never seen because
Yeah.
usually she blew up a few times, but she's never done something like that. So I'm wondering what that's going to be a very interesting development.
She's never gone over to the side. You know what I mean? Like she has talked, her, all that, whatever, on her channel. But now she's like kind of teaming up, with the enemy. And yeah, woo. And the stuff that she's put out last couple months, girl.
I'm gonna find the JLR where Tony calls him out. This is the TikTok we started.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
by
I
the way,
haven't seen
Queen. By the way,
Yes.
Queen, I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna go to bed. You guys
Oh,
have a
you
good
gonna
one.
skedaddle?
Good night.
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Good night,
Bye,
mate.
Tim.
See you later.
And by the way, B. Tim, I'm still waiting on Chloe's poem because you lost the bet, boo boo. I don't forget. Yeah, I hadn't heard it either.
I'm going to jump down as well. I appreciate y'all. I'm just in awe now. I'm going to go look things up and sit in my corner.
All right, man.
Bye,
We'll
guys.
talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I haven't seen this.
All right, ready?
Yep. I'm ready to roll.
I'm just gonna play it with the screen up here because we already see, we know who it is.
Behind the closed doors, tried to give them one voice, and it just didn't work out. But it got to the point where there's just no way I would have represented him because of the way he was treating people, and I just didn't like it.
I agree. I agree.
I can't, unlike you, Delta. I mean, everybody's afforded a defense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's part of our Constitution. But in a volunteer position, I'm only going to defend somebody if I know definitively that they're innocent.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Everybody under the Fifth Amendment is allowed to due process. Absolutely.
That's right. But I can tell you part of what's got me fired up is I know that beyond the shadow of a doubt that my client was at work. And what goes on in his personal life, again, these people are putting this stuff out here with no proof. And it's the worst time in somebody's life. And I would stop short of saying that, that I wish somebody else was in this situation so they had to feel this, because I don't wish this on anybody. But the fact is that karma's a bitch.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to say something too, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Yes, Seth is your client, but you have also gotten to know him on a personal level. And I think it's safe to say that you truly care about him as a human being, right?
Absolutely, 100%. Couldn't
All
be
right, for
more.
all of you in the chats, the people that want to bash Tony for what he said, don't you defend people that you care about? He's had enough. He's tired of people going at Seth. He's tired of people bashing Seth. It's uncalled for. And so that's why he's so upset and fed up with this, guys. Give him credit. He's human.
Yeah, we absolutely have just had it with that. And quite frankly, it's 99% of these people that are sitting behind a keyboard saying this stuff would never show up in person and say the same shit.
Oh, I guarantee they won't. I guarantee they won't.
And I'll
Matter
say
of fact,
this.
I give JLR my address. He can come see me. Go ahead, Shane.
I was just going to say that, and I would say that a quarter of, if not over half, that are sitting and listening with their opinions on this case, which is fine, have no experience or training to come from their background that gives them any legitimacy to talk or bash about anybody. So,
Well, and the thing is, no, go ahead, Shane.
Well, I was just going to say that the keyboard warriors, you guys need to really go find a life.
Yeah, go set your ass down. What I'll say, Shane, and I've said this before in a Facebook post I made, is I've been blessed to meet a lot of really good people in life, and I've been blessed to meet a lot of people that have their life together. They've got a good family. They've had a family that's been together a long time. They've raised their children. They've done well in work. They're respected in the community. And do you know that those are not the people that attack strangers? They wouldn't think of it.
Absolutely.
I've been blessed with a good family myself, good folks, good in-laws, and all that kind of thing. And I can tell you right now that none of the people that I've been raised around would ever attack a stranger, a volunteer, let alone a father who's missing their child that everybody in the world knows is innocent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, again, too, look, people, Seth doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Tony doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Okay, the burden of proof doesn't lie on them. Okay? I mean, people got to get things straight. If anybody knows facts, it's the person that's communicating directly with Seth, who saw things that we haven't seen.
You're exactly right. I mean, and I'll say this, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And in law enforcement's words, nobody's been cleared, which to this day still boggles me. But I don't know how you don't clear a guy that was on video camera as a state employee up till 7:30 in the morning, and he was reported missing between 6 and 6:30. I have no idea how you don't clear that guy. But you know what? If it helps bring Sebastian home, we can live with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I totally agree with that.
So, Nikki, any thoughts, sister?
It's just a whole back and forth drama. And I've said
Called
this
her
before.
sister.
If everybody could be respectful and understand that Seth is the one that is grieving, Seth is the one that is out looking, Seth is the one that is injured and unable to work. Okay. Respect the fact that Seth has chosen Tony and just move on with your lives. If you don't like what Tony has to say, if you don't like what Shane has to say, please understand that it's a respect thing and everybody is due respect. And I don't want to hear Tony said or Tony started or Seth said. I really don't care who said what. At the end of the day, be respectful as adults. Okay. If y'all want to live stream, go ahead, but be respectful. If there's a question, reach out to Tony. Okay.
Yeah,
but
I'm not hard to
ask
get.
people,
I'm not hard to get a hold of. Everybody on here knows I'm not hard to get a hold of.
It's making absolutely no sense. Yes, we know our focus is supposed to be on Sebastian. If you guys in the chat can tell us our focus is supposed to be on Sebastian, I need y'all to take y'all same advice and focus on Sebastian. And that should clear up everything. Okay. If you want to point the fingers at the people that was supposed to take care of Sebastian that day. Let's point our fingers that way. Let's stop looking for a reason and an excuse to bash each other. Okay.
Somebody said in the comments that you got other YouTubers trash talking each other. Sebastian needs to be the focus. I agree with that statement as well. Absolutely. I mean, we've been blessed with people that have worked hard to build their platforms. And somebody asked why I only called out JLR and not the rest of them that are out there with these trash channels. Well, it's because he's the one that has laid the information out from a hospital bed, and your focus is not getting back to your health so you can do good in the world. It's attacking a grieving father and saying things that are absolutely disgusting with no receipts. So that's why I'm calling out him. But the other ones that are out there live streaming and that are doing what they do and copying other people's content and sit there and make money off trashing people all day, they know who they are. I don't need to say all their names. Everybody knows who they are. And those are people that will never have a dignified guest show up on their show because people show up for trash.
Hey, Tony, can you do me a favor? I'm going to shoot you my email. Do you have his profile?
Who, JLR's?
Yeah.
100% I do.
Do me a favor. I'm going to give you my email. Can you PDF that to me?
1,000%. You'll have it before I go to bed at night.
All right.
Can I just say something, Tony, right quick?
Sure.
This is the problem with society. Y'all want to stay so tuned into what Tony said. I'm going to say it again. It's not about Tony. It's not about Seth. It's not about the YT. It's not about them people. People are just going to be nasty people. Okay. And if you find it in your heart to talk about anybody, let's look in the mirror and let's talk about ourselves. Let's talk about our own flaws. Okay. And then after you're done reflecting on yourself, reflect on the fact that there's a 50.
Okay, I have to switch over to ours here real fast because the one that I was just playing didn't get the first part where he was ranting off. So let me find it real quick. Yeah, I didn't.
I like the part where he said, "I'll give you my address." Boo boo. He don't need you to give it to him, baby. He's already got it.
Right,
And
I was
your
gonna say
in-laws
he probably already
address.
fucking has it. He don't need him to
Yeah.
give it to him, but
Yeah.
he's got a whole rant. Let me try to find it real quick because we got the first part of it. That one didn't.
Okay.
So I'll tell, but Delta, if you want to go first, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I can hinder it very easy. I mean, the last thing you caught on tape was a vehicle leaving the house.
Right.
So, I mean, let's put 2 and 2 together here. It's 4. If again, if it is a crime scene, then that's where your crime scene, the garage and the car.
Right. So your theory would be that they took him out the garage into the car, and that's what we're seeing on camera.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, it's logical. It's very logical.
Boy, why wouldn't law
Yeah,
enforcement
thoughts on
do
that,
that?
Shane?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and like Delta said, if it's a crime scene, we don't even know if that is the crime scene for all we know. But
Well, if that's the only time the vehicle left.
Check that.
I'm sorry.
There's so many clones.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're all over all of this information.
Crystal, that's a great point, sister. Who talks for 3 hours when your marriage is on the rocks? I mean, I love my wife, and I talk for about 15 minutes, and she can tell that I don't like talking on the phone.
Oh my God. I got
But
something
the
to
news is she
say.
doesn't like talking on the phone all night either. So.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's recorded, so you can say whatever you need to. I can stop it. This is
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Let me tell you something, dumbass. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes you can even live in the same house and you work different shifts. Like one the spouse, one person works days, the other works nights, and you might only physically see each other 2 times a week. You talk on the phone because, damn, somebody racing down my street.
Well, then, if you give it just a second, you'll hear Tony say, "Chris Proudfoot, that's Chris in our chat. Get him out of here. He doesn't need to be in here." Like, really? You're gonna boot a fucking parent? You're gonna boot the parent of this missing child? One of the parents.
Yep. But then I go back to Seth has him as his PR person. He is okay with this. Seth is in control of who speaks for him. And maybe he, wilded out at first and didn't realize how big it was going to get and how far it was going to go. Like we've all said, this is the 100 millionth time. He's not doing your son any favors. He's really not, because this isn't about you or Chris or Katie. It's about Sebastian, and he's not helping Sebastian. Period. But go ahead and let him rant on. Sorry, but that how everybody's like, why would they talk for 3 hours? Look, we sat in here in a live for 7 hours. What you talking about? So what? We hate each other? That's ignorant talk.
Like I said the other night, I've been married for 31 years, and it's nothing for me to talk 3 hours with my husband.
Yeah.
I talk to my husband all the time.
But if you don't see
About
them and you're
everything.
working 2 different schedules and you don't see them, it's like he said, they watch a movie together. What's wrong with that? I mean, what you do what you can when you can. That shows me nothing but
I
they
have a
talk to
question.
each other.
Did you guys catch that he kept saying volunteer, my client? That he
No, I
was,
didn't catch that.
Yeah, he said that
Yeah.
who attacks a volunteer? I'm just working with my client, and that Seth is 100% innocent because he was a state employee on camera.
He probably went to the school of the woman we don't talk about, delusion school.
Maybe there is a whole school of them. We just didn't know about it.
I don't know. I never registered there. I'm sorry. I'm good.
Dude, is Instagram this fucked up too?
I don't know.
You could be anything you want to be on the internet, remember?
Don't forget, I'm an astronaut during the week, and then I'm the Victoria's Secret supermodel on weekends. So I just hop on when I can. I'm a busy woman. But yeah, and he said, I have great in-laws. You might want to call them in-laws, boo boo, because your in-laws' neighbors, your in-laws' neighbors are going to be doxxed. Look, I'm serious. If JLR had the physical ability to change his DNA, he would do that. He is going to fuck with you until you. Oh my
For
god!
generations to come.
Exactly.
Your
Your
grandchildren and great
great-grandchildren.
grandchildren are going
Yeah.
to know who JLR and his kids, if they ever has any, will be.
Right. And that's why he's not going to roll up. He doesn't like. He's not a physical confrontation. I mean, look when he was in Florida, looking for that woman, and those
No,
guys
he's a
came up
scary
to his
ass
car.
bitch.
Yeah,
What's up,
he
Clue?
Clue's in back.
It's me.
What up, Gam?
Girl, I had to come on here for a second. I'm only going to say one thing and I'm going to get down because I don't feel like going live right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to breathe.
Oh, fuck. What happened, baby? What happened?
I am so sick of this bald-headed, hypocritical son of a bitch. He makes me want to smack the taste out of his mouth. You sit there on your fucking high horse and you say stuff like, and that girl talking with him, that 1-900 worker wannabe, sitting
You'll
there
get
talking
doxxed too.
about we don't need to judge the person who the father of a missing child, but then you sit there and turn around and
Mm-hmm.
say go ahead and pretty much just bash the shit out of Chris and Katie. You motherfuckers are evil, and I hope y'all know that Satan has got a bed made for you in hell, because that's exactly where all y'all belong. And I really mean that. Like, I'm over it.
Well, when she said, let's face it, we need to, or the person that was watching him needs to be held accountable. And that was Katie. Bitch, what?
Yeah, that's horseshit.
Uh-huh.
That's trashing every mother of a missing child.
Yep.
Including Brandy Neal.
We're going to sit up there and talk about suing people. Motherfucker, what are you talking
Bring
about?
it, bitch. I wish you would send me a paper. I wish you would put paperwork in the mail with my motherfucking name on it. Because I'm trying to tell you right now, I'd embarrass the shit out of you in the courtroom. For real. Don't fuck with people who got money, honey.
That's
Period.
right.
Like, I will hire Johnny fucking Cochran. I will resurrect that bitch from the dead to come in that courtroom against you. You are worthless, dude. Period. Lord, I cannot wait to go live tomorrow. I'm sorry. I got my blood pressure up and everything. I just can't stand these two-faced ass people. I can't do it. Y'all need to, I don't know who y'all's mamas is, but shame finger to them for real. Shame finger.
I agree.
Okay. I'm done now. I'm going to get down before I lose my cool.
Yeah, what she said.
Bye.
Bye. And
Bye.
Tony even said,
people
look,
are sick of this shit. I mean, come on, fuck. She sat there and she's like, you know what I'm saying? Well, don't bash Seth. Don't be mean to Seth, but fuck Katie and Chris.
But Tony said the gloves are off. Those were his exact words against Chris and Katie. The gloves are off. What does that have to tell people? Don't be a fucking hypocrite. I can judge what I see on YouTube right here. Sure can. And there's, just like I've said before a million times, you pray for people, and then some people you pray on. For and on are two totally different things.
And the problem is, if Seth just sits there and allows it, it just makes me sick. He's just as
What
bad as they are.
bothers me. He puts out the misinformation about nothing being searched. Fuck, Seth was there for 3 days. He knows everything was searched, and he doesn't correct the misinformation. He just sits there and lets it go. For what?
Right.
For hate? for hate, not over putting out factual information that would find his son, but to perpetuate the hate. That's why I made the comment I made earlier in the week. That's why I said that, because that's what I see.
Just because he couldn't be man enough to keep Katie.
So that's why I said what I said. I'll say it again. You want me to say it again? I know he loves his son, but his hate for Katie and his blame for whatever condition his life is in, because I don't know and I don't give a fuck right now. I care about his son. Whatever his victim status is, he blames Katie for every bit of it. And that overrides the love, which I think he does have for his son. I'm sorry, that's what I see, because no dad, no dad would put out what he has put out on Sebastian, what he has put out on the mother of his child, Katie, and the misinformation that he is letting this piece of shit, Tony, spew, and letting all these Pamelas come up. Everybody that's on that panel, baby, JLR coming for y'all too, because see, y'all guilty by association. There you go. Just get ready, y'all. I'm telling you. But that's just how I feel. And I did make a misstatement. I do think he loves his son. But boy, that hate, man, there's a fine line between love and hate. And it's, if you really think about it, it's true. And that goes deep, boy. That's years. So it's just nasty. I do stand on it. Fuck, I stand on everything I say. And
Rowan,
it's like,
standing next to you.
like I misspoke, and I said no, because I said he didn't, love me and everything. I said no, I didn't mean that, and I did misspeak. I do think he loves Sebastian. I do. I really do think he loves him. But that hate is so strong. I did not hear any hate from Chris and Katie. I heard a lot of grace. Hell, I heard a lot of grace from Tony. But Tony got his ego hurt because Chris and Katie politely said, no, thank you. That's it. That's it. So it is. It is. I truly believe that. I mean, and from a
All right,
kid
here
of
we go.
divorced parents that hate each other, I get it, man.
All right, here we go, baby.
Yeah, right. How the hell do you not know what year your own truck is? So I want to deliver a message tonight, guys, and Delta and Shane, because I've heard you go in on somebody. Hopefully I don't offend you, but no. I want to address somebody that everybody knows is a real shitbag, and his name is JLR. And I want to send a message to him that he is an absolutely despicable human being. He has made accusations on Twitter that my client has had inappropriate advances, unwelcome advances on people. It's all over there, all over the internet. And I think it's despicable enough that these people are making money and not donating that money to the families, whichever family you choose to donate to. But I think when you start talking about other people's backgrounds with that kind of a background, and you start accusing a grieving father of stuff like that with no, as we say on TikTok, no receipts, I think you're despicable. And I think that there's probably a good reason that you were in the hospital with a colon blockage, because you're full of shit. That's why. So now that's out there for the world to hear. And, I think that karma is going to get people like you and these other creators that are out here running their mouths about a grieving father. One thing I can say to all you guys, and I'm glad everybody's recording, and I'm glad everybody is listening. One thing I can say is, if you are attacking a father that everybody knows had nothing to do with this, then you're despicable. And I can tell you guys that you can come at me all day, every day, and you guys do, and it doesn't bother me a lick. Matter of fact, when you're living your miserable lives, I've got one of the best lives money can buy, so you don't bother me a lick. But you all keep coming at my client with this bullshit, and I've got a stack of papers on all of you guys. If you want to play games, if you want to attack a grieving father, then cowboy up. I'm ready. Let's do it. So,
wow,
there you go.
He's got binders on binders, guys.
I was going to say he's got binders on you.
The profit off of anybody. I wouldn't say just him. Anybody that's profiting off of this child that we're trying to figure out what happened, and people are making money off of it and keeping it. It just that's sickening.
Well, that's the lowest of scum of scum. That's exactly right. And
Oh.
we're talking about a child. You're absolutely correct. And I've had it with these people, and I've sit back and I've played nine.
I think they might be talking about T-Rev. His girlfriend said he made $18,000 in 1 month, which was like 4 or 5 months ago when he was doing Idaho 4 and the Summer Wells stuff and spirit boxes and all that bullshit. Yeah, she said his YouTube check was $18,000.
And that's another thing. If my child was missing, we don't even know if there's a crime. We have no earthly clue. If my child was missing and some fool came on the internet and had a fucking spirit box, which is saying now that my child is
I'd be pissed as
deceased,
fuck not calling him bro and brother.
I will be damned if I'd call him brother. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's the actions. It's not just the words. It's not all that. It's the who you're lining
Exactly, because
yourself
you're
up
trying
with.
to get a goddamn reading on my child that you're saying is dead. Fuck that.
Right.
That's bullshit.
That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have with all this. With all of it. But that's your brother. Okay. Your brother took a picture of your crotch and dropped it to Discord. Did you know that? But okay.
Apparently, Okie Mom, she did ask him to pay some bills. I know Savage went over one of the lives. There's another one. I'll play it here in a minute. Y'all can hear it for yourselves.
Nice. Again, it's not about me, because all these people think that I'm something I'm not, and they think I'm this guy that inserted myself and didn't ask to be involved. They think I'm making money, whatever they want to think. It's all bullshit. But at the end of the day, I represent Seth Rogers, and I know beyond the shadow of a doubt that the man is innocent. And everybody with a 3-digit IQ knows the man is innocent because he's on camera at the county jail working until 7:30 in the morning. So, I said the gloves were off with Chris Proudfoot about 2-3 weeks ago, and the gloves are off with these people that are attacking my client. And I'm just telling you, you found the right guy to play these games with, because I don't give a shit how many followers these people have. I don't give a shit what they say about me. All I give a shit about is protecting my client, and I'm getting ready to protect him. And if you all want everything I've got laid out there, keep playing, because it's getting
Tony, I just want to let you know I got your back if you need it, man.
Well said.
I appreciate you. I've just had enough. So, and like I said, it's not about me. They can attack me all day long. I'm here to take those arrows, and I can take them and keep right on working and right on enjoying life. But when you go in after a grieving father, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's disgusting. And
what about if you go after a grieving mother?
I don't know how you go to sleep at night. I have no.
I don't know how you sleep.
When you attack a grieving mother and stepfather, I don't know how the hell you sleep at night.
That's right.
Exactly.
See,
I've been thinking the last couple of days with that, why everybody's backing down from them. I wonder if there was when they had that Godfather meeting or whatever they called it.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they said something about the money that people are making off of this or something, and telling them that they can't be making money or something along those lines. I wonder if that had something to do with it.
Maybe they said they had to give a certain percentage.
Something. Yeah, I wonder. They said something about that, I bet.
It's just gross. I'm gonna hop down though.
All right, love.
I don't want to pop off up here. I'd rather rage and chat. So everybody can screenshot it and save it to the Roro room.
Bye, Roro.
Bye. Thanks for letting me explain. I'll be in chat. Oh, and yes, it is me in chat. I got my new debit card. Somebody hacked in my account, so I had to get a new debit card. And but yeah, that's me. So if you see me on the streets and I ain't green places, it's just I got to change all my shit tomorrow. So people are like, "Is that really you?" Yeah, it's me. All right, bye.
All right.
Cheryl says they're all going to turn on each other real soon.
Yep.
Oh man, it's going to be tragedy pimp on grifter violence.
Oh yeah, it's going to be. It's just sad that it's a 15-year-old boy that's missing to like I said, it's going to be fun to watch, but it's not fun at the expense of a 15-year-old missing child.
I agree. Yeah, Cappy B. Tim and I cracked a joke about binders on binders.
I was going to say JLR probably has binders on Tony.
Oh, dude, he got Tony's family tree right now. He probably even has DNA at this point. I don't know. I just think this is all. I would be very upset if my PR person, if my child were missing, and I felt that this person, I had enough confidence in this person to be my PR person, and then he goes out and picks a fight over stupid shit. That would be the end of me and the PR person. No, I'm sorry, we're done. And I just don't understand why, the amount of control that is out of Seth's hands when it comes to all of this extraneous stuff, these, the Facebook groups, that. And now you got, oh, yep, we're making YouTube channels. We're doing this. We're doing, no. That's, if you got a PR person, then you don't need a YouTube channel, right? So it's just a whole nother way. It's just a whole nother way to grift it. And see, now if he starts fighting with JLR, then they can always, as long as there's back and forth tit for tat, that's just going to keep it funding. And it's a big creator punching down at a little creator, and that generally helps to build it helps to build the viewer and subscriber base.
This just makes me so angry. I was in somebody else's chat tonight, and they were putting out stupid misinformation, and I tried to correct them in chat because they seem like nice people. They don't seem like they're greasy and grimy like some of the other tragedy pimps, but they wouldn't listen.
How'd that go for you? Did you get blocked?
No, I didn't get blocked. They didn't block me. They just tried to talk me into their way of thinking. Yeah, it just.
Yeah, that's when you gotta. No, I apologize. I got my own Kool-Aid. Thank you very much.
Right. I ain't taking the blue pill.
Listen, you can support either parent as long as your mission stays Sebastian focused, right? So as long as you're doing your part in bringing awareness to it, you've maybe downloaded a couple of flyers, you've downloaded the flyer, you've had a few printed out, you've passed them out, you did your thing. And now it's, you shared it out, you've let people be aware of it, and it really, there shouldn't be a side. There should be one side, the missing 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers.
That just makes me mad because the way they're talking is that Seth is gone. Because in order for Chris and Katie, in order for Chris and Katie to be the boogeyman, that means Sebastian is gone. Did I say Seth? I meant to say Sebastian if I did.
Okay, I backwards a lot too.
And I don't agree with people. I still hold out hope that Sebastian is going to come home. I still hold out hope that Summer will come home because we don't have any proof that they're not going to come home. So I don't want to give up that hope. And to make Chris and Katie the boogeyman, that means we have to give up hope, and that we'll be looking for, him to not be okay. And I just don't. I know sometimes that
out of all those
sometimes
dogs, cheesy, all those dogs, out of all those dogs, none of them indicated that there was anything nefarious.
Exactly. That's what I said earlier. There would have been something. I mean, anybody who's had somebody die near them knows that there's something left behind. They would have found something. And I've had a few people die around me, and I know there's always something left behind. So that you can't just cover up. People are stupid if they think they can. Yes, bring these babies home. I agree. Even though Sebastian's not a baby, but I agree.
He'll always be Katie's baby.
Right. Like I said, I have a 31-year-old and a 27-year-old, and they'll always be my babies.
Exactly.
All right, here's this T-Rev stuff. I'm going to put this on real quick because I don't know if y'all have seen this or not. Maybe you guys have. I don't know. It might be something new to you or, old to y'all, but new to me. I didn't know. I didn't see it. I didn't know anything about it. I know Savage just did a live about T-Rev and his bullshit, just recently with his girlfriend or whatever, or ex-girlfriend that he was cheating on, I guess, and all that.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't get unmuted.
No, it's all right. Here it is. Let's see. So this guy's name is like Detective John.
And they're just like they are right.
Something like that. Let's see here. So this is who it is. And supposedly this is one of his exes and his kids. Why they're on here, I don't understand. I don't know, but I guess they're older. So they chose to be on here. I don't know. I didn't really watch much of this, but this is, I guess, from 5 months ago.
Wow. That would have been around the $18,000 paycheck.
It says exposing one of the worst types of criminals out there is. And I like this. I could go back to it. So here it is, 5 months ago, December 23rd. So 2 days before Christmas.
That's when his audience bought kids all kinds of Christmas. And this would have been right around when he had the $18,000 paycheck.
Yep. And she's pissed because I guess he didn't help her with any bills. He wouldn't help her with food, nothing. Like he was being a straight dirt bag for real. Yeah. So they talk about it on here. Here, we'll play some of it.
That I can't put myself in anyone else's shoes that's a deadbeat dad and justify it. Okay. We have children and we're supposed to mentor our kids. We're supposed to develop them. We're supposed to love them. We're supposed to nurture them. And like I said, we're supposed to most importantly love them to make sure that girls and little boys and I would expect T-Rev, if you feel the way that I feel and the way that my mods feel and anybody else, I'm not telling you have to do it. If you have any more compass and you hear what you're going to hear tonight, you should never be a sub to that show. You should never have a membership to that show. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. So what he did yesterday is he sent in a little subliminal out there. Oh, I got the pneumonia. Well, he knew this was coming because I did announcements in my community page. He knew it was coming because I made a promise to Sherry and the kids. I made a promise that we're going to do something for them for Christmas to help offset the cost of Christmas. And if you look at the bottom of this screen, you'll see 3 different apps. I have nothing to do with this. This is not going to me. This is going directly to Sherry and the kids. And if anyone has, I'm going to give. Some of my mods are going to give. I hope all of them give. We're gonna give Sherry and the kids some extra money for Christmas to help her offset giving them a great Christmas. I basically told her, go buy what you want for the kids, and we're gonna get you some money to offset that and make it easier for you. Because God knows, T-Rev, Austin Sweet is his name. He's not gonna give a dime because he doesn't give a damn. He only cares about himself, in my opinion. This is what he does. So I'm going to introduce his wife.
This was 5 months ago, and he is now, well, he went down with Seth. He went down to Seth's house or whatever, Sebastian's dad, and then supposedly was buying hot dogs and other shit for this vigil, but he, is like $60,000 behind in child support, and his wife or whatever, I don't know if this is his wife or what, but she came on here 5 months ago during Christmas time when he wouldn't help buy food or Christmas presents or nothing. Like he wouldn't pay any bills or anything, I guess. It's like really bad. though. Hold on one second.
Wow.
She talked.
He doesn't want to be his wife, by the way. She wants a divorce. She's been trying to get a divorce for years. And his 2 teenage children, Lana's 13, and Austin is I think he's almost 15 now.
I'm 14. I'm gonna be 15.
Yeah, you're gonna be 15.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, and then we're gonna go back to my first show, and we're gonna play, and you're gonna hear with your own ears T-Rev saying absolutely horrible things. And then the other day he says, "Yeah, I've done some pretty screwed up stuff in my life." Yeah, you know why he's saying that? He's throwing smoke grenades out there, everyone. He's backpedaling because he knows this is coming. So he wants to send the subliminal out there that, everyone makes mistakes and, I'm a better person now. Bullcrap. You're the same person you've always been. You're not a better person. You're just a better manipulator. That's all you are, T-Rev. You're just a better manipulator.
Now, apparently this guy used to be really good friends with him, I guess. I'm not too sure how good of friends, but...
Because that's what you do. That's how you've got away with this for so long. And you have $51,000 in back child support that you could be paying. This man told me, I can't remember if it was February or March, but he told me, I was on the phone with him. He's gloating and bragging that he made $18,000. Not 1,800. That's 18,000.00. $18,000 he made off of his show in 1 month.
I believe that with his views and memberships and the fucking, super chats and shit like that. I believe that. I most definitely believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Yet he has 2 teenage children that their mother works double shifts to be able to put a roof over their head and provide for them, and has struggled, and she's doing great now. That's why I said this is also a success story, because despite this disgusting deadbeat piece of garbage, she's made it. She has made it. They live in a nice house. The kids want for nothing. I'm sure they want, but she does the best she can. And I'm very honored to know her. And I tell you, the things that T-Rev has said about her being a drug addict, she's told me, I've never done drugs in my life. That's what she said. He actually accuses her of being a drug addict, and that's why he's not going to give her any money, because she's a prostitute and she's a drug addict. Does this lady look like a prostitute and a drug addict? I said to her tonight, I said, "You're way too classy and elegant for T-Rev." This is a very, very nice lady. She's very articulate. The kids are articulate. They're a bit shy, but they're warming up. They're beautiful kids.
They're hysterical over here laughing at the comments. I have no idea.
All right. I told you, we have such a dynamic group here. You will be bombarded with kindness. And everybody, please, for Christmas, I don't care if you throw them $2 or $3, whatever, it all adds up. Let's give this family what they've been denied. And she's done the best she can as a single mom. But you know what? Let's try and make up for the loss of having that additional income, at least for this Christmas. Let's show them what it could have been like had they had a father who worked his butt off, and a mother who worked her butt off too, and you could see the benefits of a dual income and how great it could be. Let's show them, and let's show them how nice we can be. Let's open up our hearts. Let's right a wrong today. So Sherry, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then the kids come in. You don't have to say your name, and then we'll, like I said, we'll get in chat. Couldn't get you on. And introduce the kids.
Hey everybody, I am Sherry. I am the mother to Austin and Alana. Unfortunately, Mr. Austin, also known as Trev, is my husband. My kids are cracking up laughing. I have no idea why. They think this is hilarious.
Sorry. That's because you're on the spot right now. That's why.
Probably.
Mom's getting embarrassed.
It's not that fucking yet. So when it's their turn, they're probably gonna be the same way.
Right. So tell us a little bit about how you met Trev, and I want you to do that before we play with the nasty things he said. I know you wanted to talk about that a little bit, but introduce the kids first, and then I'll let you go into that, because I know they can't wait. Daughters.
And then he was up, but during that time, of course, him and I were together, and we found out that we were.
Sorry, I brushed right through the kids because I don't really care about his kids being on here. I don't really care to hear their names or anything about them. I really wish they weren't in the picture at all. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's why I fast forwarded through it, because I don't really care to have them in here at all,
Yeah, didn't you say they can see it on Savages if they want to see the whole thing?
He called his dad.
No, this is a different one. She did another one, I believe, with some girl named Athena.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
this is the wife from 6 months ago. Yeah, so.
Oh, pardon me.
Dad
Sorry.
told his dad, you know, that we were having a baby, and the first words out of his father's mouth, which I won't even get into him. But
Oh yeah, we got dialogue from him. It was pretty nasty.
But in the beginning, from him, it was, "Oh, are you sure it's yours?" Like, yeah, like, yeah, of course. And anyways, he ended up. It was maybe a couple weeks that we were together at that point when, you know, I found out I was pregnant, and he ended up leaving and going back to Virginia. I went through basically the whole pregnancy by myself, and I was living in New York, as I said, and I moved out. My whole family moved out to Jersey, and where I was staying, I couldn't afford it anymore, so I ended up moving to Jersey. I was, I believe, 8 months pregnant with my son when I moved out there. Well, here now to Jersey.
Now, could you have afforded it if you had additional income in the house, if he was there to help you?
In New York, yeah, probably. Yeah. But like I said, most of the pregnancy I was by myself anyway. He ended up coming back from Virginia to New Jersey back in February of 20.
Okay, that was like 14 years ago when you were pregnant, because your kids were 13 and 14. So
2000.
Let's get to the
2009. He came back up because our son was born. But we both signed up at that point, which I'm not embarrassed to talk about it, for Section 8 to get help with housing.
Which he throws in your face. You're gonna hear him throw it in your face.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's another thing. He tries to throw shit in her face, and he's fucking nasty as hell about it.
Of course he is, because why? Because he's just making all this money now, and he's, you know, it's really just horrible.
Yeah. Like he's above you, or he's better than you. And you know, in the show the other night, you know, somebody sent me the clip where he actually talks about, somebody said I made all this money. Ha ha ha! I don't make that much money. He wasn't talking about me. Somebody else said it. Somebody accused him of making $30-something thousand.
Right.
According to him.
Wow.
Somebody that probably actually knows the truth, probably a mod. But anyway,
Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, we were together. We ended up, like I said, applying for Section 8 for housing, and we ended up getting our apartment through housing, through Section 8. And you know, we moved into our place together. And you know, every couple has their arguments, has their fights, but no, wait, I have to go. Hold on, I have to go backwards first. Before I have to go backwards.
Go ahead.
We ended up. I'm just trying to think with the dates. It was so long ago. I'm like my brain shot from all this.
Yeah, I get it. I can't remember what happened yesterday half the time. So
yeah.
But I can't remember what happened when I was 4. That makes any sense. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to think if we were. No, it had to be after. All right. I came into a large sum of money due to a car accident that I was in when I was 13, and I was collecting an annuity each month because my lawyer didn't want me to have the, you know, full.
Right.
So I was receiving money monthly, and
no wonder he came back.
He didn't want to be in New Jersey anymore. So we talked about it, and we ended up moving down to Virginia, and getting a house down there. The whole thing with that was we were going to get a place with his mom and his stepdad, and the rent was going to be split 4 ways. Well, obviously that didn't happen. We went down there, and I actually had Alana in Virginia. She was born in Chesapeake, and
Who's named after his mother, correct?
Not spelled the same way, but pronounced, well, sort of pronounced the same way, because his mom's name is Alana and her name is Alana.
Gotcha. But that was the goal, kind of, to name her after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we ended up getting a house down there, and he, you know, right away he didn't start working, but he did get a job working on I think it was a military base, like cutting lawns, and I don't know. But it ended up going to where the rent was now stuck on me, and there was no way that I could have done it. So I took out a lump sum from my annuity, which cost me a lot because I took it out through JG Webber.
Yeah.
And you know, you take your portion, they get more. You know, so I lost all of that money due to taking out the lump sums. Because now we had to move back to Jersey. And then that's when we applied for the Section 8 because we're living with my mom and my dad. And then we got our own place in I want to say 2011. I want to say. What?
Yeah, this shit's old, so I'm not even sure where she gets into this shit about him doing here. Let's.
Right.
I'm working with the kids, you know.
For us, he never called about me and Austin. That's how he's having, or the guilt that he
hang out with my friends. And basically, I had to go back home with my kids. I didn't want to bring my kids up to see her in that condition because my mom used to be like 125 pounds. She was down to bones. She was down to like 85 pounds. And
so you didn't get to see your mom on the night that she passed. Well, she begged you basically to come see her.
She didn't pass that night. She wanted me to stay with her that night. That's why.
What the fuck?
Was gonna happen because the following morning, I went back home with my kids. Well, I had 2 of the kids because they were there. You know, of course, me and him got into an argument, and that's what he said to me. You know, because I was, you know, here and there, I go out with my friends, I hang out on a weekend. You know,
right?
We go play pool. I go out for a beer or 2. That's it. I mean, I'm not a drunk. I don't go out to get wasted. I haven't gone out in years. You know, and it's just to get out and get away for a little while because, you know, us moms do need a break. You know, being home, being home with the kids all the time. And my oldest daughter, who's 24, I raised her by herself. You know, by myself, and you know, it's a struggle. It really is with you know, raising kids on your own.
Well, and we know a lot of women out there do it. I mean, you know, it blows me away how strong, you know, my mother was a strong woman and my grandmother was a strong woman. And they were both single moms. It's the truth. A lot of times, opinion. He just never grew up problems. And this is just my opinion. But I think a lot of his problems with anxiety and the things that he's having are the guilt that he harbors over what he's done to you and the kids. And someone's going to come knocking on the door.
Oh,
anyway, go ahead.
I forgot where I was.
We're talking to because he was selfish and wanted to leave and go party with the boys or do some rap or whatever he does.
Right.
Yeah. Doing.
I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, she wanted me to stay with her that night, and you know, I told her, I was like, you know, Mom, I can't. I was like, he's not watching the kids. I'm not leaving them home by themselves. You know, I told her I loved her and I'd see her tomorrow. Well, come the following morning at around 10 to 7, I got that bang on my door. It was my brother's ex-wife, crying hysterical. She said Mom passed, and I didn't even get to say goodbye to her.
And what did T-Rev do?
He didn't do anything. He wrote.
Are you gonna apologize?
No apology, no nothing. Right then and there. I mean, that was the lowest anybody could have done to me, and you know, right then and there, it was a done deal. You know, like how do you forgive somebody that, you know, wouldn't even watch their own children, so their wife can be with their mother while she was dying? You know, it's.
That would be flip the switch off for me right now. Bye bye. So I fully understand.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty. And I take back or change.
Even right when we found out she was sick, he made a song. Him, my brother, and some other person was in it. That was all over YouTube. I don't know if it's still there. I really don't go on looking his name up and looking what he still has posted and blah blah. I don't got time for that. You know.
Right.
I'm working with the kids. You know, same routine every day. I'm up. I go to work. I come home. I go to the food shopping, get dinner, come home, make the kids dinner, make sure they're showered and, you know, for school and everything, and then I'm in bed. You know, because it's just repeat all over.
We have a member or a subscriber, Amy. She's like, John, I don't know if I could do this show, come into the show because it may be too triggering. And she actually made a comment. I can't listen to this because I have to do the same thing. And, you know, I don't want people to think that we don't think that there's not millions of women out there that do the same thing that Sherry is doing.
Right.
We just are in a position to where I wanted to bring attention to this because it's a crime. This is a crime. This is true crime. What is happening to this family. And we're going to cover it. So people, send me the information. We're going to put the pressure on fathers or mothers. We're gonna hit them with numbers. We're gonna put phone numbers and case numbers out there, and we're gonna start calling, you know, municipalities, courthouses, whatever we got to do to get the ball rolling on some of these cases that have just been sitting in limbo because Sherry doesn't have time to pick up the phone and fight for what's rightfully hers and the kids, and to make sure that these people do their jobs. Because let's just face it, people are lazy. Sherry has provided the state of New Jersey and Sussex County with the information saying that T-Rev she's given them their social security number, she's given them an address, she's given them everything that she had, and the fact that this man is collecting a check from the government, which they could deduct from and start paying her whatever. Anything is better than nothing, isn't it, Sherry?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
And you know what, John? It's not even about me. It's about his 2 children. That's what
You're absolutely right. That is exactly what it's about. It's not about Sherry. Sherry's doing fine. She's working every day, and you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go to work too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
And you work double shifts to make it. How often do you work doubles?
As much as I can. But then too, I also I just started with DoorDash, so I'm also door dashing. So
you're working 2 jobs and working doubles and you're door dashing.
Yes, and I just applied. Granted, it's not the greatest job in the world, but it's Walmart, and that's for an overnight shift.
God bless you. And thank you and the kids.
So yeah, he basically, she was working extra like jobs, you know what I'm saying, barely making ends meet because he was being a little asshole. Not wanting to give her any kind of money, but bragging that he was making $18,000 and, you know.
Well, it sounds like it was messy from jump.
Yeah. Yeah. Then there was another girlfriend that I think Savage just went over that said the same shit that this one said. Imagine that. If he'll cheat with you, he'll cheat on you. Anyhow, that's the link, and it's pretty fucking long, so I'm not gonna sit and watch all of it. We've been on here for three hours now, and it's already getting late. It's almost midnight, so I got to get up at 5.
All right. Good night. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate y'all hanging out.
Bye.
Yes, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you, Cheesy, for coming up, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out. We turned this on so we could stream TikTok Tony and see what kind of shit he had to spew. So I guess we shall see what goes on with this fight between him and JLR. Him calling JLR out might not be good. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see. Thanks, y'all, for being here. I appreciate y'all. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a good one, you guys. I'll catch you on the